Greetings and salutations, chat. It is I, morbidly obese Arch, after all of the New Year's dinner, turkey, chocolate ice cream, Coke. Come down YouTube, the liquid kind, not the powdery one. I think it's...
Hold on, you actually have stuff that has flavor and not just like gelatinous fish? Holy shit!
It's turkey. It's just turkey.
It's not gelatinous turkey?
No, it's just turkey.
Okay.
I think Lumlum can do the intro today, whilst I lean back and eat more chocolate.
What? What intro? You didn't give me anything to work with here.
Improvise.
Fine. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the soon-to-be LumiCast. I guess Arch is going to be looking back at 2024, see how much he has personally won this year. And, yeah, that's about it. That's all I could think of. Also, don't forget to give all your money to me because you love me.
Lying wench.
Lying wench. I don't know. People were asking me, hey, when are you going to be hosting again, Lumlum?
Yeah, so they could avoid that date, I'm sure.
As long as I don't have Dev on, they will come.
Question should we ask chat in the poll today to make them like,
And also, like, I'm sorry, chat, I have been downgraded to Bean once again.
There, we can have our popularity contest in chat. So long as you like the video, you lazy peasants. The only thing YouTube cares about. But yes, we are going to talk about the year 2025 because, well, it's just that kind of thing you do, you know? The year is almost over, and so now we have to talk about the year that was, like old forgetful people who can look back at the time and go like, wow, time has passed yet again. One step closer to the grave.
Time goes by too fast now. It's like, why does time go by so much faster now that, you know, we have to pay bills and have responsibility?
I know, it's awful. I struggle to find time to read the 300-page studies about porn.
Oh, yeah, how did that reading go?
Well, Lumlum, since you're interested, I can say that there has been extensive studies made on the topic of discrimination against gay Asian men who partake in gay cruises. Now, I didn't know what a gay cruise was. I initially assumed that it was kind of like a cruise in the car. You just shove like an open-top car full of gay people, and they just kind of hold each other up, rub against one another, and drive down the street. No. There are actual, like, boating excursions where you have literally just a giant cruise ship filled with gay people. I'm meaning thousands of gay dudes. So it's in a completely different scale.
I mean, is it because that most Asian men just look close enough to women that they won't look gay anymore? I don't know.
Actually, yes. A lot of the discrimination against Asian men is that they look feminine. They do not meet the gay standards of attractive masculinity, and so they're usually placed at the bottom of the orgy pile.
Huh. Okay. Huh. I was just joking, but holy shit, okay.
Yep. It's one of the many struggles of the gay community, as even in the gay community they cannot escape from body fascism, which is the official terminology we've granted this phenomenon.
I swear, no matter where the Asians go, they just get all the hate, I swear.
Yep. So, on this wonderful illustration here, for example, we have body fascism from right, most attractive, most masculine, to middle, medium attractive, to medium masculine, and the Asian at the end there, who's just going to have to be the twink at the bottom of the pile. It's kind of disturbing, honestly.
Arch does read weird things. I do agree, chat.
But this does not necessarily have anything to do with today's primary topic, although it is somewhat related, as I have to do a whole video on is porn harmful as we enter 2025 when it comes to political debate. As we can begin with that topic right there. Now that we've had 2024, what is the thing that everyone is most worried about 2025? You can begin, Lumlum. What is your great fear?
Still censorship, but for the sexy kind, where they just censor the good titty and all that. Because it's like we're coming around full circle again. It's gonna be a whole like 1980s, 1990s thing. It won't be necessarily the satanic panic, but it will be like, puritanical censorship.
It's awfully philosophical of you, Lumlum. I expected something more
you
prosaic.
Ignorant slut.
God damn you,
Yeah.
Lumlum.
Okay,
Stop calling me
Boob,
ignorant
go
slut, or
away.
I'll harm you.
Boob, go away. Lumlum like titty. Lumlum don't want titty to go away. Teehee.
Heresy's the question.
See, I think you'd
Fire
be
is
like,
the
my
answer.
fear is being replaced by a robot.
What?
R2-D2,
No.
coming for our gerbs.
That's gonna happen with things that will be very easily, like, automizable and all that. I'm not worried about my warehousing job because with where I work at, that shit ain't gonna go automated anytime fucking soon. Plus, my company is too goddamn cheap.
I'm going down quite the rabbit hole here on the gay cruises. This is a far larger industry than I'd frankly anticipated.
Why are you still looking at the gay cruise?
I'm fascinated by it. It's like there are
Okay,
pictures
everyone.
of just
So,
hundreds,
so-
if not thousands of men just thickly squeezed together in this enclosed environment where, I will remind you as well, the majority of the air is probably recycled. Like, can you imagine the odor, the bouquet? Like, after a week at sea, this must just smell like nothing more than crusty socks and layers upon layers of sweat and semen.
so
Heresy's the question.
are you
Fire
gonna
is
be
the
are you gonna
answer.
be going on one of these gay cruises for research purposes only? For real?
Now for research, I think I can already imagine how they would work out, honestly. I mean, God, the wallpaper. You must be able to just peel
Service
it off the
guarantees
wall.
citizenship.
Cut it with a knife. God, help me.
Disgusting. Ugh.
But, my greatest fear for 2025 is probably going to be partially the censorship,
Heresy's
but
the question.
I'm feeling
Fire
as
is
if
the
it's
answer.
already abating just a tiny little bit. It's still worth discussing and delving a little bit deeper into, which is why, hiccups, I am researching gay cruises. But
You
it's also
ignorant
just
slut.
I hear ignorant slut. I look over at my computer to see if it's Lumlum or Fantasy Lumlum.
I think it would be a little
Service
more
guarantees
of
citizenship.
a little louder voice saying "you ignorant slut."
I know you might sneak one in there just for shits and giggles.
But then you'd be sad that
Heresy's
there's
the
no
question.
money attached to it.
Fire is the answer.
That's true. Because 2024 was the big politics year, because elections in America, as always, right? But I gotta point out, there's some really huge elections actually
You
coming up.
ignorant slut. Yeah.
Australia is having an election. That's looking to be a fucking bloodbath. And Australia is an incredibly progressive country, more by force than choice. Canada, at
You
long last, a
ignorant
trucker
slut.
video might emerge. And Germany. Now, Germany's the big one, because in Germany, Alternative for Deutschland is gaining more and more strength. I think they're the second largest political party in Germany
You ignorant
now.
slut.
God damn it, I'm becoming so upset at actual Lumlum every time I hear that fucking warning.
You're the one that chose the soundbite.
I know, but it's too often. Like there's a wall
You
of
ignorant
Superchats.
slut.
Fuck you, Lumlum. And all I hear is you ignorant slut repeated like 5 times. God damn it.
The people love it, but it's still money going into your pocket.
God damn it. And the German election could have massive ramifications, even larger than the American one. Now, American one is, of course, the cultural hegemon. It is who determines what way everybody else goes, essentially. But AFD has grown more and more EU unfriendly, and they've become more and more popular as they've grown more and more EU unfriendly, to the point where they did even promise that if they managed to get a majority, which is highly unlikely, mind you, but still, they would just leave the European Union. Now, this is a bit of a
question.
sky in
the
the
answer.
pie in the sky dream. But if this happens, the European Union is over. Like, it's done. The European Union is basically almost entirely subsidized by Germany and a little bit of France. It's either dead or it will need to undergo enormous reforms. Not to mention, if Germany leaves, a lot of the aid money goes with it, and the various other countries in Europe will also find it harder to justify their continued membership. 2025 could potentially be an even more... How do I put it? Earthquake-like year for politics than 2024 was. And 2024 had the attempted assassination of Donald Trump on fucking television, so that's saying something.
Yeah, but also Trump is going to have to tard wrangle everyone else as well. So that will be a sight to behold.
And whether or not he manages to tard wrangle everybody else.
Yep.
See, one of the interesting things there, too, is, of course, the little bit of the break in the marriage between Donald Trump and Elon Musk that has been ongoing, or at the very least been argued to be ongoing.
I haven't really been paying attention to any of that because I've honestly muted Elon a long time ago because he posts, like, more... He makes new tweets more than Dev does, and that's saying
Service
something.
guarantees citizenship.
That is saying something. Dev is a prolific tweeter, usually with his own foot in his mouth.
It's always like, yeah, I am way behind on that subject, nor do I really care much, but enlighten me, Arch.
Well, one of the interesting things that I've been noticing is that the left's been having a lot of fun with this. And this is why I kind of feel like we're astroturfing a little bit here. Like this one, MAGA is having a meltdown, as the left is very pleased that infighting is apparently beginning on the right. And they seem very interested in encouraging it wherever possible, which is why I'm beginning to sympathize a little bit with a lot of people who suggest that this might be some sort of almost ploy. I don't think it's anything quite so subtle.
You ignorant slut.
God damn it, Lumlum, I will harm you, I swear to God.
What do you do?
The constant ignorance. It's only like 103 messages, but I swear it's like 75% of them, you little shit.
Man, you're getting mad at me
Heresy's
and the money that you're being sent?
Fire is the answer.
Man, what do you want, Arch? God, you're turning into a woman, I swear.
It's
I want the money. I want this. Shut up! I hate this. Ugh.
It's entirely normal. It's entirely normal. I feel degraded. But a lot of people have put forth the theory that this could be like a ploy. So it's not a ploy. They're not organized enough to set in motion an enormous plot to divide Elon from Trump. They're merely seeing that there's a bit of outrage going on, and they're trying their best to dig at it. That's really it. But the H-1B visa debate and immigration in general is going to be a very hot button issue, because I suspect Elon has a very different point of view on immigration than a lot of the people on the right does. As illustrated by this tweet, which kind of kicked it off. This was from earlier, where he said we should greatly increase legal immigration of anyone who is
You
hardworking,
ignorant
honest, loves
slut.
America. Every such person is an asset to the country. And he said this is the right position for those who want America to win. For those who want America to lose for their own personal gain, I have no respect. Zero. And then, of course, in comes the question, if anyone on planet Earth can be an American, what does it mean to be an American anymore? If there is no perks, there is no privileges, you gain no benefits from being in America, and someone from India may as well get those benefits as well, despite probably having paid significantly less into the system in the form of taxes than you, and in fact might actually be outcompeting you for a job because they have a lot lower living standards, etc. Is that really America winning? What do we define America as then?
It's like, honestly, when it comes to bringing in like workers that do have very high qualifications and they would bring a benefit to the country, we should honestly have citizenship similar to like Japan, where you have to bring in X amount of money per year, be contributing to the country for a certain amount of time before you can even have a chance of gaining citizenship. Because it's like, sure, I can see why people don't like how Japan does their stuff, but obviously it's working fairly well in terms of like having foreigners have like, not full citizenship, but like, working citizenship. I don't know exactly how to describe it. But honestly, we should adopt a system like that. Because having either anchor babies to keep fucking foreigners in, or like people just being like, okay, yeah, just take this quiz that probably most Americans can't even pass, and boom, you're a citizen.
Yep, and the argument for exceptionalism, which is also the one that Musk made about Nikola Tesla. But there again is the question, right? Nikola Tesla. Let's assume, and he's not Indian, by the way, but let us assume that Nikola Tesla had stayed in his native Croatia at the time, and he'd made his inventions there instead of America. What would America lose? Because this is a world-changing invention here. That's the argument, that you've got this incredible thing. Well, it spread to the entire world because that's just how these things work. This isn't a game of civilizations where everyone has their own locked-in tech tree. Innovations like these will inevitably benefit the whole world unless it's within a totalitarian system, and even then it will usually leak out, be sold or expanded upon or exported in some varying way. The only argument I can really see for the we have to bring the 0.1% to America specifically is to benefit directly from the invention as a corporation. Because America doesn't earn money from inventing something incredible. There is no United States of America Incorporated. It would only be the company who made it who would then reap the dividends. And I think that is a lot of the Elon Muskian perspective, that he simply believes that America is a corporatocracy. It's an essence where the corporations must benefit. And I don't think that actually benefits the American populace that much.
It's like how because again, from my very, 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 very limited knowledge on any of this, it just seems like with how Elon is describing things, he essentially wants to make America one large factory town. Because, like, you know how factory towns work and shit, right?
Yes.
Where it's like the people who live in America work for essentially like whatever large company is running the place, or the government itself. As soon as you stop contributing, you get
service
kicked out.
guarantees citizenship.
That sounds so fucking dystopian, but it also sounds like what Elon is trying to aim for, essentially.
Well, I almost feel like he's envisioning a Krupp's factory city in like the late 1800s, early 1900s, I think. Where Krupp created an entire little mini nation within a nation, where the Krupp factories had dentists, they had their own doctors, they had their own kindergartens, they had their own, bus and tram system, in essence, and people would live within the Krupp factory, on Krupp estates, working Krupp jobs, etc. And I think this is probably a great way to run a company, but I think it is very much so the incorrect way to run a nation. Particularly as well as America is a nation of free people. This is one of the vital divides, because a lot of the argument is as well that America must be the best because it's about to compete with China, right? But America does not defeat China by becoming China. China is a nation with 1 billion people inside of it, most of whom still work in agriculture in a fucking feudal society, whose industrial dominance relies much on slave labor as technical innovation. America can't do that, nor should America do that. America should compete against China as a modern industrial nation, instead of attempting to import the third world to match China's access to slave labor.
Yeah, but it's there's one company specifically that I know of that is trying to bring back factory towns, and that company is called Uline here in America, where where I have some friends living and stuff. They tell me how many different Uline buildings and headquarters are just popping up in very close relations with each other. And they're talking about building houses for their employees, and they can have the houses as long as they work there. It's factory towns, they just don't really work anymore. And it's also the CEO is a fucking cunt, but that's neither here nor there.
And that's before, of course, we get into all of the other surrounding topics too, like how importing the third world tends to bring the third world, and how if America starts importing people en masse from India, it ain't gonna stop, and the countless problems with the H-1B visa in and of itself, how it doesn't actually bring in the 0.001%, but it's rather simply used for slave labor, how mass immigration has been going for decades, and it certainly hasn't done anything to help the US deficit, blah blah blah. The argumentation that H-1B visas or specialized immigration is good
answer.
for America, I simply think is false, straight up. I think it is an argument made near entirely from the perspective of a corporation alone, with very little regard for what the American people actually need, want, or is best for them. And that is going to be a major divide, I suspect.
It's just, honestly, again, America can't go the entire isolationist route and stuff because we rely so much on imports. But they really need to take care of Americans and let people who are born here have faith in their country and have secure jobs to work, instead of importing people or exporting the work. Because how do you expect people in America to have more children if they don't feel secure in it?
Absolutely. And of course, this was what led to the cultural upheaval to begin with, and if they don't feel secure under the new regime, they will treat it exactly like the preceding one. That is going to be a major contention.
You ignorant slut. I agree with chat here when they say bring back prison labor. Honestly, they should bring back prison labor. South Korea uses prisoners for agriculture work.
There you go. Put the slaves back in the cotton fields. Lumlum 2024.
Yes.
My lord,
they're just prisoners. If they're doing life sentences, they have no worth to the outside world. Put them to fucking work. I don't care. No, I don't care. Put them to work. If they're gonna get 3 meals a day and living off of taxpayers' money, they can fucking work for it. Fuck them. Either work or die. I don't care.
But to bring it to a nicer thing, since this is supposed to be a happy day topic more so than anything, what, Lumlum, was your greatest moment of 2024? The most impactful thing that you can remember, like the most wowie thing?
I had a feeling that you were going to push in the direction of, oh, my most impactful thing for my 2024 is getting found by the ArchCast. Oh my god. I didn't know who he was, but now I'm here. But yes, technically, it was. It was.
I like that interpretation. It pleases my ego. Do continue. A bit petty for the entire year, but very well. I figured it would be something like when you founded the Lumi Foot Grinder Corporation or something.
Shut the fuck up, Arch. But technically, yes, that was the most impactful thing of my 2020 fucking 4. Because I didn't know who the fuck this man was when he first popped into my chat when I was playing Stellar Blade. And he's waving around a $100 bill saying, hey, if you beat this boss, I'll give you money. And then I did. It was fucking great. But yeah, I was telling my friend Tyler about it, and he's like, oh my god, I watch him. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this nerd is. And now I'm here. And now I'm just slowly taking over the channel.
It burrs as it purrs as it whirs. Lumi Foot Grinder.
Shut the fuck up, Arch.
It can be
He's acting off
angled,
the screen.
as in angler. I didn't even know that was this year. I thought that was last year or something. Huh.
No, it was when Stellar Blade came out.
Has Lumlum only been here for a year? I feel like it's been longer.
Nope.
You sure?
Lumlum is cheap. Yes, I am cheap. I don't see much money. I was surprised someone dropped 400 funny money on me yesterday. And then said, since Arch is taking too fucking long with this thing, I'm gonna throw you money.
I
And
don't
yeah.
even know what the thing was. God
Service guarantees citizenship.
See,
The Pokemon Girl Smash Your Pass thing.
I am more sophisticated than this. My big moment was the Trump goddamn assassination. That was what I was referring to. Something massive.
Okay, your
I'm
term
Hodge.
of massive is political. My term of massive is personal.
I feel like in Lumi's like greatest moment of 2024, meeting Arch is like her pick, and I'm like, okay, that's very nice, that's very flattering. But at the same time, I also feel as if this is competing with her second greatest moment of 2024, which was finding a $5 bill underneath a cushion.
Hey, when I find some money in the cushion or like in a pair of pants I haven't worn in a while, I'm like, oh my god, money! Thanks, me!
Thanks, past me.
Yeah, thanks, past me. I'm still looking for that missing $80 I lost in another couch, though.
In the couch. Wow, impressive.
Yeah, the couch has holes in it that goes into the springs. And I'm like, I still can't find it.
Have you considered lifting the
point,
pillows and
Heresy's
looking
the
in the
question.
springs?
Fire is
Yes.
the answer.
It was folded up all nicely and stuff, so who knows? It might just be lost forever. I have moved twice since then.
Forever lost.
Oh well.
Now the shooting of the Trumfalophagus was that was a major event, honestly, because I was live at the time, and poor Vara Dark, who was the guest on at the time, we had to like make her a special slice of the ArchCast with her name on it, because I felt really bad that we renamed the podcast whilst on air to like They Shot Trump, because that was a bit more pressing.
It's like, okay, I'm sorry, but Trump should have waited at least like a couple of weeks to get shot, because I was stuck in the hospital. I couldn't capitalize off of it. I was like, God damn it, why is this happening when I'm not at my computer?
That
Fuck!
goddamn selfish son of a bitch Trump getting shot when it's inconvenient.
Yes, he should have waited.
That bitch-ass orange bastard.
He should have waited so I can make some money off of it.
And yet, he did not. And I wonder how much of an effect it had on the election. I would have loved to have had like a, I don't know, some kind of like mind-reading device to see if people flipped their votes because of this, because there was a lot of talk about it immediately, but it pretty much died away after a week or two, as the mainstream media just largely stopped talking about it. But I do think for a lot of people, this was one of the moments when they realized that, yeah, no, when Trump says that he's a resistance leader, there might actually be some truth to that, because they've tried to shoot the motherfucker like 5 times now.
Yeah. At this point, there's if God is watching, he is for some reason protecting this man with all of his might. Because, like, dear fuck, if he hasn't died now, he's not gonna die until he decides to. You ignorant slut.
It seems like it.
Or it could be Shinzo Abe. It'd be like, nah, you gotta live a little longer.
There's also the
Ignorant slut.
Weirdly enough, the let's see, has this been fact checked since? But there was the rumor going around that Kamala had spent so much money that her campaign ended $20 million in debt.
Oh yeah. No, that's true. Oh, it's so.
Let's see. Snopes says the database more than is running. Snopes can't give a claim of a definitive rating until the date of October. Cash camera is more than $970. Surplus 100 million and was not in debt, but that was about October. Okay,
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
They don't know, but it's possible that Kamala's campaign actually ran $20 million in debt, which would be mildly funny. It would.
It's like all we know for sure is that she lost money. There was no breaking even. There was no money gained. She fucking lost money.
Although, we must all now be at least a little bit sad by the fact that since we could not get Kamala as our president, as your president, I'm not going to suffer under the bitch, that we will be deprived of yet further hyena Kamala hentai.
What?
Have you not seen hyena
No!
Kamala hentai?
I have not! What the fuck are you looking up, Arch?
There we
Heresy's
go.
the question.
What
Fire
the
is the
fuck?
answer.
Get that off the screen. What
No,
the fuck
this-
is wrong with you?
This was a whole thing for a little bit there.
Because you're a furry!
Blame Boog, not me.
Heresy's the question. Fire is
Boom!
the answer.
What you do?
I don't know. It's more appealing than the real woman, yeah?
Ugh.
I kind of put this in the same category as I do Arya and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, honestly.
I swear, I'm worried to see. I do not ever want to see what your search history is, Arch.
I think
But-
one of
but
the
I-
first things I'm going to commission in the new year is some Aryan AOC. I think there needs to be more of it.
God. Absolutely fucking terrible.
Listen, chat, we're probably going to reboot the calendar again, maybe 6 months into the year or something. Just remember, hyena Kamala Harris and Aryan AOC are options that you could choose from. Also, I've already started procuring art. The big dick death claw is already in the works, and it is, well, it's something.
Who did you rope in for the Dick Girl Deathclaw, Arch?
That's you.
Service guarantees citizenship.
So that's what you sound
Sammy-chan.
like when you sneeze.
is the person's name. We decided to
Okay.
draw our big dick death girl, Death Claw. You vote for a chat, it will be produced. See, chat appreciates Aryan AOC. They do.
She looks like she could be Trump's kid.
I don't know. There's not that much Aryan blood in Trump. He's further down the line. This is some proper snow monkey genes here.
I mean, she looks like she could be related to Ivanka.
Isn't Ivanka like Italian or something?
I don't fucking know. I don't pay attention.
God damn it.
What?
Also, speaking of not paying attention, the SpiderMan trailer. Did you see that?
Yeah, I sent it into the ArchCast Discord.
Well, that's something else.
Harry Osborn looks like a woman.
Yes, he does. That's going to be
slut.
God damn. The problem is the ignorant slut comes in just as you stop speaking, and I become suspicious.
You can see my light up when I speak, Arch.
I know, but I can't keep an eye on it always. That shall be the goal of today. If we can get 10 orange superchats, specifically because I like the color orange. I don't know, there's something particularly appealing about the $20 superchat to me. Then I'll do the review of the new Spider-Man. Because yes, you have the Osborns are black now. That is a thing. The Osborns are black. The art style is Dustborn. Honestly, that is how I would describe the art style of this show. It's Dustborn.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Basically, think of all of the Dustborn cutscenes, and that is the art style of the new Spider-Man show. In fact, looking at it, I actually think Dustborn might have looked better. I think actually Dustborn might have the superior art style to the Spider-Man thing now. Not good. Not good.
No.
Not good at all. And I don't, like, I remember sending a message to Boog upon first seeing this trailer. There's an awful lot of black people, and it's like, it's New York. It's just how it is. Like, fair enough. And I don't know who this Amazonian is. I hope it's Mary Jane. I hope that's Mary Jane Watson. I swear to God. Because I want to see the fan art of Peter Parker being brutally dominated by 2-meter-high black MJ. I don't know why. It's appealing to me.
Oh, here you go, Arch. I'm sure you've already seen this. But it fits.
Sadly, that is not the kind of thing we're allowed to show on YouTube these days.
I mean, it's not ER. And plus, you can just move my little PNG in front of the word, and then it's fine.
I don't know about that. How do you do, fellow urban youth? Yes, chat. And supposedly, the weird goth chick in the background who's wearing her belt above her navel, I think that's supposed to be Gwen? I think?
I don't know, but she looks like a very dollar store raven just because of the pendant, how that looks. It looks like her belt to her uniform and shit. It looks like a very discount raven.
Let's see. Can I find like the character? No, that's somebody. No, that's somebody complete. Nico Minoru. Who?
Brand new characters for a brand new show.
Nico Minoru. What?
Peter's classmate and best friend.
Nico
Okay.
Minoru. Who?
Oh, she's from the TV series Runaways.
Comic. Okay, so she has some history. I don't even fucking know. This is some D-list character right here. And sadly, the 2-meter-tall giant black Amazonian is not Mary Jane Watson, which annoys me. It's Pearl Pangan. That's quite the name. She's Filipino, in case you're wondering. And then, of course, we have... is it Harry? There we go, yes. Harry Osborne, whom... I swear to God, I'm not sure if... I mean, Harry Osborne, he's supposed to be a dude, and he dresses masculine presenting, I suppose is the term we shall use, but that is a more feminine face than the majority of the women in this television show so far. Are we sure that he's not, like, Osborne's weird trans kid or something?
You ignorant slut. But it's like, okay, I'm sorry, but why does he look like he's half Asian?
I don't know. It's like I think it's the eyes, because the slightly slanted. Okay, this is why we talked about the gay cruisers earlier, about how gay men are viewed as more feminine. Yeah, no, the slightly slanted eyes without the undershadowing, that does actually contribute a lot to making him look feminine.
Yep. It's like, I'm sorry, but James Franco will always be my Harry Osborne.
That's just mildly weird. Oh, God. And, of course, we also have the Black Goblin. I wish they'd had the balls to name him the Black Goblin. That would have been fucking hilarious. But no, he's still just the Green Goblin.
It's like the coloring on Norman just looks like a really bad, like, just edit of white Norman to be Black Norman. It just looks like someone took him into Microsoft Paint and just colored over him.
It kind of does. Yes, it really kind of does. At least Captain America's not black, I guess. That's something. That's something. Somehow, I don't suspect this will be particularly good. But then again, we said the same about X-Men 97, which proved to be fairly okay, so who knows? I already dislike the story, though, because the story is like every Spider-Man beginning story, where he gets a new suit, and it turns out that the suit is like a gift from a bad guy or the evil symbiote, and then Peter Parker has to be like, oh my God, what makes me special is what's inside of me, not what I wear. Oh my God. It's like, yes. Yes, Peter, I know. We've seen the storyline already. It's every single motherfucking Spider-Man storyline.
Yeah, but with Spider-Man 3 with the symbiote suit, at least it's kind of neat. But granted, that's also like the first time we've seen the symbiote suit in a movie form as well.
Yeah, but that's just because you're a little bit weirdly into the whole parasitic relationship thing, isn't it?
Just because I'm a parasite right now does not mean I like it in every form. What?
Judgmental.
Oh, hush. If I was using you like just to leech off of, I would have jumped ship as soon as I was like, maybe it ain't worth it. No, you're stuck with me right now.
That is apparently the case, yes. Let me clear up a few of the super chats before we move into the funnest topic, the best and worst entertainment of the year, because there at least we have rich pickings. We need to start training Lumlum to watching everything that comes out as well, so that she can develop an educated opinion on what trash truly is.
Unfortunately, I start working again next Monday, so I won't have a lot of free time anymore.
Zeloxan Doppelganger, read the DM from Balak on Discord for my prediction how wide-scale automation may lead to World War III. Happy New Year, Arch. And Choot Fish. Choot? Cut? Choot? Feed fish? Oh.
I don't know.
Automation plus hordes of people out of work. Mega City 1. Revolt becomes inevitable as universal basic income and a middle-class lifestyle is instated. Someone has to pay for that. Rich and corpus will have to be the ones. Corpus and rich will just leave for someone else. Come and use military force to prevent this. Striking against the multinational corporation defines this become necessary. Government of another country refuses to allow this. War. I think it won't be that drastic. I think it'll be the same way that they're already doing things at automated factories right now.
You ignorant slut.
God damn it, Lumlum. I swear to God, you're constant ignorant sluts, you little... I was looking for an example. You knocked me off my...
Service guarantees citizenship.
My stride. Let me see if I can find a decent picture here. As yes, in most automated factories, like in the car factories, for example, you will find that despite there being so much automation, despite there being so many robots and so many specialized tools, there are still people standing around doing stuff. This is not because these tasks could not have been automated. They absolutely could. In the case of this guy, for example, he's probably attaching some bolts or something with this lifting unit to the door frame. A robot could absolutely do this quite easily, and probably more cheaply and effectively as well. But whenever these companies engage in these massive automation procedures, they usually go to the government with their hands outstretched for a little bit of subsidies and gifts. And the government will then go, okay, we'll give you like $5 million to automate this factory. However, you have to guarantee X amount of jobs will remain at the end. This is particularly a thing in America, where it's not the government so much as it's usually the unions who constantly put forth demands that there must be a certain amount of people still employed at the company. Which is why if you're watching like that Discovery program, like How It's Made, you'll see an entire automated factory producing assloads of whatever it is, and then at the end of the factory line, there's 15 Latinx lumlums packaging it into boxes. And they only exist because of the work quota, basically. So I suspect that's what we'll do. We'll push for automation, but we'll basically create makeshift works, like where we'll just make something for them to do.
I mean, they do that already with regular jobs, especially, again, if they have to meet a quota for diversity. They usually make up jobs to throw them into.
Oh yeah, and the government has a lot of experience with this, where nobody ever gets fired, they simply get sidetracked, or promoted to a position that is a little bit out of the way of the one they had, and so on. The government is expert at making up new titles and branches of itself to continue to employ even the most useless, amoeba-like, mouth-breathing shitwanks to have ever fired forth from a vagina.
Ew.
What do you mean, ew?
Yeah.
It's the miracle of birth, Lumlum.
The miracle of birth is still icky. I went through the miracle of birth, and it's still icky. And painful.
See, that's where you're wrong, Lumlum. It's a God-given miracle, and what you perceived as pain was actually joy and happiness at the miracle of creating new human beings.
You know, I could go into detail, but I would rather not absolutely scar everyone who is listening. So,
fun fact, like the female pelvis bone literally like shatters apart during the whole thing. It's quite disgusting.
Yes, and then women also have the chance to rip as well.
Mm-hmm. Tearings. Severe tearing.
Yeah, it's...
This is why Fatal had the rule for anal circumference rule.
It's just like the poor women who don't have like a body built for childbirth. It's like that's why women do have like legitimate childbearing hips. The ones who have hips too narrow, they can't do natural birth. They have to do a C-section. Otherwise, they will ruin their bodies.
Zonta, Arch, Lumi, small, head, now.
People do want Lumlum on top of ArchCast.
But I am ArchCat today. It wouldn't be right. If anything, Fluffy ArchCat would be eating Lumlum.
So that's why you turned into a cat.
Marksman of 117B, who's drawing the Deathclaw? How was that conversation? Not bad at all, because I was forwarded a rather, a woman with peculiar fetishes, so she's like, oh, drawing monsters with huge cocks is like my favorite. I'm like, oh, well, there you go. Not a problem, as it turns out. Marksman, Death 6227. Happy New Year, Arch and Luna. Luna? I wish you were Luna. I like Luna better than you.
Mean?
Is it, though?
No.
She's more popular in fan art, too. Although I heard, apparently, Hell of a Boss fucking shat itself hardcore the last episode or something.
I don't watch it, so I don't know.
I sort of watch it, because I do tremendously enjoy the animation style. But I feel also as if it has deviated quite significantly from the original purpose, which was this over-the-top, gory, violent action, crazy thing set in hell with furry bait, basically. And now it's more about feelings and relationships, and everyone's gay. It's like, oh, I don't know if I care anymore.
It's like, from what I've been hearing, they kind of lost the plot, honestly. And now they're just focusing on the gay relationship between, what the fuck's his name? Blitz and Stolas?
Bird person, mark? Yes.
The bird person, yeah.
And
it's like, ugh.
That makes no sense, because their entire relationship, as introduced in, I think, like, the first fucking episode, is just fucking. That's it. Like, Stolas is literally singing about how he's gonna fuck Blitzo in the ass in the first episode. That is all he seems to give a shit about, frankly. Like, and then suddenly we're pivoting towards, like, oh, no, it's a serious, loving relationship. Like, oh, okay. When did this happen?
It's like, I think I like the idea of Blitz just using Stolas just for the power he could give him. It should have stayed a parasitic relationship instead of, oh, look at these guys are toxic as fuck, just like lesbians. Let's try to get them to work out.
I mean, yeah. Like, and if anything, too, the problem becomes that Stolas is the one that's upset that Blitzo doesn't understand his feelings. Like, Stolas is the one who initiated this fuck friendship.
Yeah.
If at least you could have transitioned it slowly, right? If you could have had budding emotions that were built up a little bit more over time, instead of one sudden traumatic event. Like, oh shit, I actually love that damn bird. Like, but what? How? Why? Why so suddenly? And then Stola's being upset about it too. Like, god damn it. This is a gay person's view of relationship, I swear to God.
No, that's just Vivy Pop's vision of a gay relationship. And what Tori said, she said Vivy kicked the man who initially wrote it and took over writing, from what she's heard. So Vivy is just still bad at storytelling. Oh, she's good at character design, but she's shit at writing.
That's right, too, because they had a whole episode where they were blaming Blitzo for having fucked too many people and treated them poorly. I'm like, you're in hell. Literal succubuses are accusing you of not having treated them right in the relationship department. Like, really? What exactly is the standard of a loving relationship in hell? I'm pretty sure that big, weird, gay demon dude and his little robotic sex toy were actually worried about being perceived as mildly wholesome. I would think that abusive shit-fuck relationships would be the norm in hell, but apparently not.
Well, don't forget, you can't be hateful towards anyone while you're in hell. That would be rude.
That would be weird, yes. Why is Arch a cat? Well, because I kind of like how the cat looks. It's grumpy, standoffish, yet fluffy at the same time.
You should slowly transition into your VTuber arc and just have the cat be your avatar. I know a few cat VTubers that are just literally cats.
There was a cat from way back that I didn't even really remember that much. But my grandparents had a cat. Its name was Theobald von Lundgren III. And as you can tell, he came from a long and distinguished lineage. He was this enormous, fat, monstrous, fluffy Norwegian forest cat. And he had this aloof personality. He didn't like to be petted. He would tolerate it. He would just, you'd pet him on the head and he'd stare up at you like, human, why? And that was pretty much it. And he'd always just stare at you. That was his version of purring and being like, I love you, human, was to sit in the windowsill and just stare at you. And he could do that for hours. But didn't want pets. Didn't want to sit in anybody's lap. None of that shit. He would find a place relatively close by and he would just sit and stare. That's all he did.
I love cats. They're perfect. And then I have my cat, Coco. She only wants to cuddle at the most inconvenient times for me.
Oh, there you go. Theobald von Lundgren III did not do the cuddles,
question.
Ever.
Fire is the answer.
It was not his way.
My great-granny's cat's like that. It's like, she'll only approach you when she wants to get brushed, but if you try to pet her, she'll run away.
Oh god, it scrolled again.
Yeah, but when I was running shit on Saturday, it just kept scrolling. I'm like, oh fuck, now I know how Arch feels.
Yes. Selection Doppelganger. DM is on Discord. I gathered. Thank you. Lord Commander Spartan. Gay? Yes. Everything is gay. Everything is gay, and you have to point it all out. Why you hating? Wishing you all a happy new year. Even Dev. Yes, happy New Year's, chat. Actually, it's not New Year's yet. It's about an hour and 2 minutes away still.
Man, you're gonna have to let me know how the future is. I'm gonna be in 2024 for another 6 hours.
Yep.
No, 8 hours.
You're a bit backwards like that.
Yes.
LCPL Anime Guy. I think GW missed out on 40k ship girls like Azure Lane. They did. They did indeed. Festiva, ask Dev about gaycation. Oh, he would probably have some experience in that, wouldn't he? Ah, and thank you. Thank you, Overactive Imagination, for immediately flashing an image of gay Dev on a cruise ship, his anus excavated by one too many homosexual
Shut up! Shut up!
Just lying in a lounge chair.
No.
The
Shut
sun
the fuck up,
beating
Arch.
down upon him.
You can keep that imagery to yourself. No.
The
Shut up.
reflection flashing on his greasy, oiled up skin.
No! Stop!
He's barely blinking in the sunrise. Ah, thank you.
Fucking.
Meme Sinlord, Snoot Game, 100% fun. Also, any potential date rough time sketch for Wani? Not really. The next up on the list is going to be the Sucker for Love thing. I do need to do that, and I have to get started on Witcher 3, which will be probably in January, I imagine.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
God damn it. Where was the Where was it? Oh, I do it on the other thing now. Well, there you go.
You ignorant slut.
There will be a moment of reacclimatization as I remember where I make these notes now.
Should probably start, writing this stuff down on, like, a sticky note. You ignorant slut.
God damn it, Lumlum.
What?
Every time you end a sentence, they ignore. It's about time you learn to write this down on a sticky note. You ignorant slut.
Heresy is the question. Fire is the answer.
I fucking hate Lumlum.
No! Don't hate me! I didn't do anything!
The Firehawk. I keep hearing familiar sounds about bird flu. I heard about COVID-19, and I'm afraid it may become the next scare to stifle Republicans. Also tell local bird brain to use my money better. Use his money better, local bird brain. And yeah, potentially, but I think this is just the media seeing if it can get a little bit of a scare going, and if it can get some clicks talking about it. Or War Chief reviews, Lumlum, the only reason your warehouse job is okay is because the robots have a better union. Cough, cough. Red Dwarf reference. Cough, cough. Sindus, I believe the Censoria's right will be as incompetent as they were in the 90s and 2000s. They can't infiltrate, so the damage they can do is minimal. I'm hoping for the same. Oh, and Kinesian09 gifted 10 ArchCast memberships. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Let's see, did you catch anyone? Yeah, you catch several people, I remember. Yeah, several. So if you wish to donate to any of the funds, just remind me of that, and there'll be an extra 30% boost as you won the fishing minigame. Brandon, I just want to hear the Lumi bot again. That is the purpose of a notification alert, it's true. Yes, E-File, let's see if we can make him snap with this chat. Andrew McGrove, not tired of winning. Also, Huron did nothing wrong. Correct. Reverend Norse, got Nitord, Arch, and Lumlum. I hope that 2025 will be the year heathenry gets an explosive rise in Europe. Heathenry. AFD take Germany, and that Sweden grows a spine. That would be fun. We've got elections in Norway coming up this year as well, where we're probably going to be throwing out the Norwegian Workers' Party. I look forward to it. God bless you and us, Skarstøre. That man has done more damage to the Norwegian Workers' Party than any other human being in existence, and I love him for it. Brandon, but a serious question for Arch and chat. Anyone know where I can get a Warmaster Titan STL? I want to build a 28mm scale one. Sadly, I do not. I mean, Warmaster, that is old. I mean, damn, I don't know if anyone even bothers scanning that stuff.
I think your best bet would be eBay.
No one. My biggest fear are the German 2025 election. Chances are the AFD will gain massively, but still be excluded from government. Yeah, see, that's the big problem too. If they have another enormous boost,
slut.
and they start winning like mad, and they still get kept out of ignorant by basically having just an enormous coalition built against them, well, the distaste is only going to keep growing. People are only going to be even more upset and vote even harder for an even more radical AFD in 4 more years. Hell, if there will even be another 4 more years, as the last German government collapsed because of how unpopular it was.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Frin Kazan, Lumi does care. She writes ArchX dev fanfiction. Lumi.
No, I don't.
You
People want me to write it. I don't. I don't write fan fictions anymore. God.
Anymore?
I used to when I was a cringy little teenager.
What changed?
I'm not a teenager anymore and I don't have free time.
I imagine that's what Lumi's doing when she drives her little forked lift around. Imagines Dev naked in a lawn chair somewhere.
No! Shut the fuck up! Arch! No! No! No!
A bottle of cooking oil held in an extra chubby hand reached out towards the camera. me one of those
No!
heating lamps nearby so that you can actually smell the stench of cooking dev.
It's so bad. No! Stop projecting your fetishes onto me, Art.
But Lumi, it smells oddly of pork.
Why are you like this?
It's because when he roasts in the sun, all of the fat, the lubricants hidden beneath his 2-inch thick layer of fat-covered skin begins roasting ever so slowly. The cooking oil only adding to the bouquet of burning dev in the midnight sun.
Arch,
His
with
fat
the amount of
rolls.
description.
Heresy's
With
the
the amount
question.
of description
Fire
you have
is
for
the
Dev, are you
answer.
sure you're not the one fascinating about him like at least 3 times a day?
My overactive imagination does this for me. Again,
I have an
Fat
overactive
rolls.
imagination too, but dear fucking god, man.
rolling, wobbling, shifting like the ocean on a stormy night. Occasionally trapping little droplets
you
of
ignorant
oil
slut.
between the rolls so that they kind of run down a little bit of an internal ramp. And getting trapped between his fat flops, you might find in there long discarded
Service
fat
guarantees
drops, Lumlum.
citizenship.
Shut up.
There. I need an animation to have the Archcat slowly move closer to Lumlum
You
when I
ignorant
hurt her
slut.
brain. Also, yes, chat, that was indeed Lumi's fire alarm going beep. It happens to her.
No.
She's black.
No! Have a soundboard. Shut up.
Eric Just, can we get Art to sing the Norwegian version of Skuld? Gamal Venskap, Rein Forgo, or get Lummy to quote the ring verse in the Dark Speech of Mordor? No. The Wolf Marshal, I am also wanting Lumi to quote the ring verse in Dark Speech. Fincan, Lumlum, that you mean a working visa.
You ignorant slut.
Yeah, you ignorant slut. Fincarn. The timing on these are remarkable. The Nail Haltonator. Stitch and Adam went over the H1B in detail. Long story
You
short, they aren't
ignorant
sending
slut.
their best and the system is being massively abused. Correct. Train Americans, fix our system. That's your mandate. Yep. Jacobus Peterson becomes a member. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Welcome to the Furcast. We're furry here now. Thinking of having Lumi drawn as a cat too now, actually. What kind of cat would Lumlum be, chat? A
Tabby.
hairless one?
Hairless cats are cute as shit, though.
I don't know about that.
I love hairless cats. They're so cute. You put them in little sweaters.
You're weird.
How am I weird? They're little meatballs.
The silence is judging you.
I know. I think I'd be a tabby cat.
Brandon, we should go against China the same way we did the Soviets, building better technology and systems, rather than getting more slaves. Correct. The Holsteiner H1Bs is used to crush down native wages. Yes. And
You
remember,
ignorant
the
slut.
H1B employee cannot quit, because if he quits, he goes back to India and shitting in the streets. Trust me, 6 months of indoor toilets will make anyone wish to stay. Ooh, Indian dev. He's got
What
a little
about
turban
Indian
on.
Dev?
He's sitting in the street, hunched over.
God damn it.
Oh, that reminds me. Lumlum. My stomach was
What?
upset over the last couple of
Heresy's
days.
the question.
Because you
Fire
poisoned
is
me
the answer.
with taco meat? Yeah, taco meat.
How the fuck would I get you taco meat when you're so far away, Arch?
I don't know. It was an impressive feat. And it broke my tum-tum. But as I sat there feeling sorry for myself, as I was literally urinating from the incorrect hole, I came up with a pretty good
Service
party
guarantees
game, Lumlum.
citizenship.
I nicknamed it, Gas or Explosive Diarrhea. Would you like to hear about it?
Fuck? No, but you're gonna tell me anyways, aren't you?
I am, correct. So, the goal of
Service
gas or
guarantees
explosive
citizenship.
diarrhea is to simulate that moment when your stomach is a little bit upset and you're in public and you feel a disturbance in the force, a pressure in the backwards hatch, and you have to decide, do you release the
Service
pressure,
guarantees
assuming it
citizenship.
to be nothing more than a harmless expulsion of heated gases from your rectum, unlikely to draw much attention in even the most crowded of scenarios? Or it could be mud. It could be a effluent explosion of mud, which would irreversibly
ignorant
stain your
slut.
pants. What
the
do
fuck
you
is wrong
do,
with
Lumlum?
you?
What do you do in such a scenario?
I mean, I'm sure everyone has experienced a scenario like that before.
Service guarantees
Exactly.
citizenship.
That's why it's
And
such
the only
a good
thing
party
to
game.
do is run to the bathroom because you don't want to take that fucking chance.
That's the weakling scenario. See, the way you win the game is by choosing to let it rip. And then you draw a card from the center of the table. And on that card, there will either be gas or explosive diarrhea. If you draw gas, then you add the gas card to your hand. And whoever has the most gas cards at the end of the game is the winner. He was the one that played the odds the most and won. If, however, it is an explosive diarrhea, well, then a small sphincter mounted centrally on the game board will swing towards the person in question and spray them.
This sounds like a fetish game, Arch. Have you somehow gotten an early copy of that Harley Quinn comic where you get to
Heresy's the
scratch and
question.
sniff pages?
Fire is the answer.
No, this is far worse.
This is just a fart fetish game, Arch. What the fuck is wrong with you?
No. Spray them with liquids, not with mere smells.
You
That'd be,
ignorant slut.
well, that'd be weak.
This is a fetish game, Arch. This is something that you would play while you are just plastered drunk. And it's like,
Yes.
we need a board game to play, guys.
Yes. And I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but you don't get plastered drunk, and I don't think you're the type of man for board games that isn't high strategy.
Depends on the board game.
Fair enough.
Vit Jid please continue to suffer for our entertainment as our Lord and Savior. His first super chat too. Thank you. Make it your last one. Your name is weird to pronounce. Nightmare. It's been around for 4 months. Why are women with mommy issues so based? More importantly, where can I get a nice girl with mommy issues for myself? Well, where can you acquire female? That is one of the ancient questions of humanity. Some of them are available freely on the street. Some of them are for rent. Others must be brought back home and persuaded. The legality of such actions is often in question depending upon the nation you find yourself within. Certain regions of Africa, for example, there's nothing wrong with this. America, it's generally frowned upon to imprison females you find in the park in your basement. But, as they say, if nobody finds out...
I mean, I don't have mommy issues. I'm just a mom.
Alternatively, you could try dating apps. That's a minefield.
Dating apps are lame and gay. Just play an MMO and find one. That's how I met Moose Man.
Yes, but you have a certain advantage here, Lumlum, in that you
Because
weren't
I'm a
searching
woman?
for a female.
Fair, but try an MMO. It's better than dating apps.
I am not sure about that. Ismail Thompson, I'm a high-skilled, high-wage worker, and I'm looking for at living somewhere else if living in the US and being a citizen doesn't start to benefit me again. Oh yes, now that is one of the other things as well, of course, that if you start removing all of the jobs, other people will hire them. Like, that is the way to actually cede the technological advantage to China. If you make it so that high-skilled tech workers are more welcome in China than America. Rasmus 0211, Happy New Year, Arch, and Larch. Next will be good. It will be. Also, why is Lumlum still winning on the popularity poll? I will start banning you people.
It's because people like the fish. Teehee.
Nightmare. I work with H1Bs. They're incompetent and awful to work with. Just good at looking busy. My parents didn't leave India to come to a fatter India. Yes. Brandon, I thought Lumi's most impactful moment of 2024 was finding her love of feet. That has been a pretty big moment, yeah.
No.
Nam Mi Man. Gladly Yule, and a Happy New Year from the Leaky Traveller on the pond. May the future be full of fish for our Norwegian cousin, and feet for our favourite fish. She will find many feet to endear herself to in the future, I'm sure.
Feet are icky, they look weird.
Ben, Lumi, blame retardy Oswald if it's going to be anyone. Kata Boomk becomes a member. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome. Holsnader, Kamala truly is what has been. And
Service guarantees
thoughts
citizenship.
on Luigi. Excuse me, that was the turkey coming back up again.
Are you okay?
No. I'm old, Lumlum. I can't keep the food down anymore.
Take a Tums. Take some tummy hurt medicine.
No, I'm simply going to drink more cola. That way I'll be even gassier tomorrow.
Or maybe eat some saltine crackers. That helps too with tummy hurt.
Nope.
Arch! I'm just gonna end up here. I'm just gonna end up getting a DM saying, Lumlum. Host ArchCast again. My tummy hurts. I need to lay down.
Possibly.
Eat some saltines! Arch!
Saltines?
Eat some saltines. Or have some Tums. Or some Pepto-Bismol.
Pepto-Bismol.
Yes.
Heresy's the question.
Get some tummy hurt
Fire
meds.
is the answer.
Luigi. I think he's the inferior version of Mario. Raven. He's been around for 12 months. Archley, why did you have hurt White Sensei and mental scar him with all? Because he deserved it. Maranga 2, Happy New Year. There's also a ginger Irish AOC. Ooh. Noel Farias, Arch, why don't you play through Kingdom Come before 2 comes out as well? Lumi can't be the only one playing poor Kino. Because it's too goddamn long. Gigatwin, anyone remember the 90s animated Spider-Man show? Now, that was a great Spider-Man series that has one of, if not the best renditions of the extended cast of Spider-Man and Peter Parker in particular. It did indeed. And that is a great segue to our next portion of the show, in which I will investigate Lumlum's ability to keep up with pop culture. There. We shall start with the worst and best television shows of the year, Lumlum. And I shall find them. There we are. Right.
I swear if the top 5 has Rings of Power anywhere in there, I'm going to scream.
It does. The Rings of Power is in my top 5. But I only expect Lumlum to come up with one TV show. I have come up with 5 because I'm an overachiever like that. And number 1, worst TV show of 2025 is Velma Season 2. My
Service
I
guarantees
haven't seen any of that
citizenship.
show.
That's a crime, chat. Lumlum is pretty cheap. You could get her to watch the entirety of Velma, probably for like $50.
No, the
ignorant
Velma
slut.
wave has come and gone. It's not worth doing anything with that fucking show.
It's not about worth, Lumlum. It's
No,
about
it's about worth.
understanding.
I need to make money. No, no,
It's
no.
about
I
understanding
need to make money.
how something can exist as just an insult to everything, to decency, to storytelling, to animation, to families, to the very fabric of reality. That is what Velma is. That is what Velma was. Thank God.
That's neat. I don't care. I'm not gonna watch it.
Maybe we'll make that one of the duties of ArchCast, watching Velma.
Very funny. No. We'll start with new cringy shows. Like one that I want to watch and do a yapping about is what fuck is it called? That new DC show? Is it DC? Fucking fuck. What's it called? It's a new animated show. The one with the clip that was going around with Frankenstein's monster and his wife.
Creature Commando?
Yes, Creature Commando. Because apparently there's some parts of that show that are actually really fucking good. So I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's got cuckolding in it.
Yeah, just what you like. You like watching it.
Just for me, I'm sure. I think I watched like 2 episodes of it. Really, 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 really hated it. Really, really, really hated it. Is it done airing?
I don't know.
No, I think it's got 2 more episodes left to go. Because to me, it came across as one of those shows which, what it in essence does is just like, hey, you know superheroes? How superheroes are like supposed to be like heroes and cool and shit? Well, what if superheroes were gross and really bad people?
Service guarantees
and
citizenship.
Shitty. It's like, yeah, that's been entertainment the last 10 years. What about it?
It's like the only character that I'm interested in because I seen a clip of his backstory was Weasel.
Of course you'd go for the 4-legged furry.
No, because his backstory is kind of fucked up, man.
I don't know if I believe you.
Yep. But anyway, yeah, just Weasel is the one that I'm interested in, and that skeleton dude. I just seen one funny clip of him just fucking up some dudes in the tank.
There we go. Here we have Lumlum's preferred character.
What the fuck is that?
That's Weasel.
He looks like he belongs in Adult Swim.
Yes, he does. From the Suicide Squad movie, where I think they shoot him pretty much immediately.
But hey, in Creature Commando, he looks very similar to you. Just like, skinnier. There you go, Arch.
That's terrible. Also, are those Crocs in the background? Those are Crocs.
Yes.
Well, the second worst show of 2025 is Caped Crusader. Batman Caped Crusader. I hate this show. Not because it's necessarily that bad, because it isn't. It's not that bad. If it was not Batman, if it was something completely different, I probably wouldn't hate it as much, but it is Batman. And it was supposed to be old school Batman, and it's not old school Batman. It's Badman. It's dumb man. It is stupid man. It is side character Batman. It is, I am an ancillary character in the adventures of Barbara Gordon and Montoya Batman. And for that, he gets to be the second worst show of the year, in my opinion. He sucks. I hate him. Unfortunately, though, this is one of those shows that was ordered with 2 seasons before the first one even aired, and so it will continue, tragically enough. Awful, awful little thing. Number 3 is perhaps a more obviously bad one.
Service guarantees
It was the
citizenship.
Lumlum's favorite show of the year. The
No.
tremendous high production value of Rings of Power Season 2.
If anything, it was your favorite show.
Truly a remarkable piece of television entertainment. It didn't really do better than 1. It didn't. It teased a big battle pretty much the entire season, and then it delivered a mud wrestling, dumb little pseudo fight thingy. That was at least mild entertainment in terms of violence, but that was also about it. And it continued pushing forth its dumb storylines, leaving the rest of the 3 seasons seemingly kind of pointless, as Sauron's pretty much just won now, I guess.
I still hate that they're trying to gaslight people and saying, oh yeah, Sauron has always been so sneaky and so calculating his every single move. It's like, no. Just everything happens around him and you guys make it convenient for him to, do things.
Yeah, the majority of his powers are far more related to plot convenience than any actual sneaking.
It's like, again, Sauron should have been like, the
Heresy's the question.
villain
Fire
and
is
shit
the answer.
just outside of our view. And then, during key pivotal moments for people who haven't read the source material about him being, fucking, I forgot the name. But, working on the rings, it should have just been a very convincing, oh yeah, he's helping Celebrimbor with the rings, and then suddenly, oh no, he's actually Sauron. That would have been great for people who haven't read the books or anything. That would have been neat. But no, it's just, oh, this is Sauron from the beginning, and there's no stakes anymore.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Awful, Lumlum. Awful.
What? I had soda.
Number 4 on the list is House of the Dragon. I hated House of the Dragon. This is going to be the most controversial take because a lot of weird sicko simps out there liked House of the Dragon. You are
I've
wrong.
never seen it.
Objectively so. You're dumb, ignorant, fat.
I've given up on everything fucking Game of Thrones after season 8. Because now I'm just like, I'm no longer interested in any of this. And if I want to learn more about the Targaryens and stuff, I have the books. I can just read those.
And you may have been dropped on your head as a child.
Service guarantees
Fuck you mean?
citizenship.
It's the only way somebody can like House of the Dragon, being dropped on their head as a child.
Okay, I was about to say, why are you saying that I was dropped on my head as a child? I read.
Their little skulls entirely flat and a little concave in places. And I don't know why it gets such a pass. It's boring, it's slow, it's not well written, it's not well paced, it's painfully predictable, and all of the characters are studiously uninteresting and unappealing. And even the main character looks awful. And Prince Targaryen, the dude with the enormous forehead, he is a fantastic actor. He is a great actor, and he does amazingly in the Crown TV series. But God, I hate seeing him. He looks weird. He looks off. He looks Frankensteinian almost, and he leans into this in his acting, giving him this subtly unnerving feel that I tremendously enjoy in certain settings and absolutely loathe in others. And this is one of those. As they lay it on far too thick with the feel of, oh, is he going to betray the fetal alcohol syndrome creature? No, he isn't, because you've literally put him in a position where there is no conceivable way that betraying her is either possible or worthwhile.
Did she get a short dragon? Because she looks like she rides a short dragon.
She does ride a short dragon.
Okay.
A very short
There's
dragon.
no short bus this year, so she gets the short dragon.
The short dragon. And the fifth worst show is, of course, The Acolyte. See, but The Acolyte has a redeeming feature, in my opinion. The Acolyte is redeemed by the sheer amount of damage it did to Disney. That is why it is not higher up on the list. The Acolyte was actually pretty good, culturally speaking. It has probably killed woke Disney once and for all, buried it. And that is a tremendous service that we have all received out of this.
Wow, I'm surprised The Boys isn't anywhere on this list.
For worst show, God no.
I know. I mean, the amount of TDS that is really, really ramping up on The Boys, we're gonna see even more of it for the next season.
Yeah, but The Boys is always this kind of thing that exists out there in the darkness, sad and alone. Kind of good, kind of not.
Yeah, but we get to review the next season and then the next 3 seasons of Rings of Power. Ugh.
Meanwhile, the Acolyte gave us a wielding period blood as a weapon. So, I don't see the problem.
What the fuck?
That is what that damn poster looks like. Nobody can deny it. And nobody can deny. Now, what was your worst show of 2024, Lumlum?
My worst? Well, I haven't watched too much TV this year, honestly. So I would have to say by default, Rings of Power.
Rings of Power.
It gave me considerable brain damage. And that's saying something because I already have a lot of brain damage just from being a VTuber.
You'll have to make her watch more bad shows next year, chat.
And it's like Rings of Power is just getting me to, reread the entirety of Lord of the Rings. So we're doing that on my YouTube members for our little book club after we finish up Berserk. Which Berserk is so fucking
Heresy
good.
is the question.
Like, oh my god.
Fire is the answer.
You're enjoying too much good stuff, Lumlum.
I am enjoying a perfect amount of things. Also, fuck Griffith. But if you haven't read Berserk, Arch, read it. All of it.
I think you need to indulge in more bad stuff.
Let me be happy.
No. I refuse. But if you do want to be happy, there were actually some good TV shows as well, as the best TV show. And no, chat, we're not going from worst, like from the bottom to the top. We're starting at the top, goddammit. It's the best way to do it. Well, Shogun. Shogun is the best TV show of this year. No doubt about it. It was amazing and resplendent with racism. Everyone in Shogun is a racist. The white dude arriving in Japan thinks the Japanese are barbarians. The Japanese already in Japan, shocker, think he is a racist or a barbarian. Everyone thinks everyone's a barbarian, and it makes for a fascinating little watch. It is just a good TV show, and it too has cuckolding, as has all good shows.
I'll have to watch it.
You will. You will. Just for the NTR segments, I'm sure. Does it have feet in it? I don't know if it has a whole lot of feet in it for you, Lumlum.
Jesus Christ.
It does have socks, if that's good enough for you. That's a maybe from Lumlum.
You're terrible, Art. I mean, at least you say you watch things for the NTR.
Interracial NTR in this case, too. An extra step up.
Man.
Shogun was very, very good. And it'll only get better from here on out, I think. Shogun will be an excellent, excellent TV show. Number 2, another controversial one, X-Men 97. I know a lot of chat didn't like this, but I really loved X-Men 97. I think it was actually the closest thing we've seen so far to a return to form for an old-school show. It was good stuff. Respectful to the source material. It did take a couple of liberties here and there. Excellent voice acting, a good little plot line, very X-Men-y, and even has the balls to kill off some characters. Which is correct, by the way. They needed to kill off Gambit because Rogue is mine. Fuck Gambit. Let him die. I hate Gambit.
Are you gonna get yourself some self-ship art with Rogue?
That would be a little bit cringe.
Aw, you baby. You baby.
That would kind of be like what they cancelled the main character for Snoot Game for, photoshopping himself in with his waifus.
I mean, technically you have gotten yourself drawn with, Fang and Trish.
Yeah, but that's different.
That's self-ship art.
I don't know. I
That's
think that's
self-ship
different.
art. No.
No.
And you used them as thumbnails, so no, that's just really airing it out there. There's a difference between getting self-ship art and keeping it to yourself, and getting self-ship art and posting it everywhere for people to really know.
Service
I
guarantees
really like these
citizenship.
characters.
Yeah, it's definitely, but that's for work. That is for labor purposes, and so it is different.
No.
Although, let's see. I think Tori finished another ship art. Ah, there we go. Yes. There we are.
Oh god, the way that she draws your face is absolutely fucking horrifying. Oh, it's nightmare-inducing.
I'll need to adjust it a little bit, adding a bohemian flag in the top right, probably. But this is a pretty good thumbnail for
You
Kingdom Come
ignorant
Deliverance
slut.
2. I did point out to Tori as well that it looks an awful lot like I'm choking the pony, and Tori's like, no, it's not what's going on. That's definitely what's going on. Look at that. He's holding the bridle, and the pony's like, ah. That's definitely what's going on there. But she's clearly smiling and enjoying herself, so it's all good.
Arch corrupted by Nurgle. Yeah. At this point, all of them are corrupting him at the same time.
But no, unless there is a X-Men 97 video game, there will be no Arch X Rogue ship art, I'm afraid. It's a bit too much, bit too cringe. I'd feel my spine beginning to leave my body a bit too much.
Not Arch. Chat, I'm sure Arch has his own self-ship art folder that he doesn't show anybody.
Chat is... No chat, bad chat. Bad chat. The third great show, Masters of the Air, which I fear it's going to be like completely forgotten. It is going to fly utterly underneath the radar, and nobody's probably going to remember it in a couple of years, and people will be like, oh yeah, that show, that Band of Brothers-y show in like the air or something, which is a tremendous shame because it was really, really good. It was really, really, really excellent. Very respectful, very well told, excellently acted, great special effects. It was an excellent show, but it's almost certainly doomed by the fact that it ran on Apple Plus. Nobody watches Apple TV, and I get why, because it only has like 2 good shows, which is For All of Mankind and this. Tragic. Lumlum, why did you not watch Masters of the Air? You are reasoned why it fails.
I didn't know it existed until just now.
God damn it.
I don't have Apple TV.
God damn it.
What?
Back to the point. Number 4, Penguin.
It looks like he really has to shit in that thumbnail.
I can't kinda, does it? Does it though?
Yes.
Does it though?
Or it's like, referencing back to the board game you really want to make. He's trying to determine if it's just a fart or diarrhea.
Heresy
gas
is the
or
question.
explosive diarrhea.
Fire is
Fun
the
for the whole
answer.
family.
Yep.
But this was very good, and it was better than than it had any right to be. That was the thing as well. It was better than it had any right to be, as most people pretty much just thought that this was going to be garbage, a dumb little spin-off series of Twink Batman, with Colin Farrell for some reason continuing to play his role as the Penguin, which was good in the movie, but it seemed a
Heresy is the
thin
question. Fire is the
premise
answer.
for an entire TV show. And yet they made something pretty damn spectacular out of it. I do not like the pivot towards the female villain, who, of course, lived and is probably going to be an even bigger focus in the second season, as I think there was less and less Penguin the further the show went along. And I am worried that that is going to just be the continuation of season 2 until we have a House of Cards style flip where the female main character simply supplants the male character. Although I will give a lot of credit to the hair and makeup department for making Colin Farrell look like the Penguin. That was an achievement, and his acting in this show is fucking spectacular. Honestly, he does an unfathomably good job. The presentation, the line delivery, the accent, the behavioral pattern, like the way he moves, he sells it like no one I have ever seen. Colin Farrell is an incredible fucking actor.
Service guarantees
Honestly, I think
citizenship.
character acting is just so rare now, especially amongst Hollywood elites and shit. Because a lot of people just play themselves in every single role, pointing at Tom Holland, Zendaya, fucking Jack Black.
Yes.
They just play themselves. Character acting is a dying fucking art now.
Yes, it very, very, very much so is. And another problem is that often when they get one good role, that is the only role they ever play. Joaquin Phoenix has got a little bit of this problem where he kind of just plays a variant of the Joker, and that worked out really well for one Joker, and then not for another one again. And he also grows ever increasingly more pretentious. He clearly, he received far too much praise for the first Joker. That was the problem. And then he just thought he was a genius and could go with anything and everything in the second season and ended up ruining it completely.
It's like, honestly, fucking early career Jared Leto did fairly good with acting. Like with Requiem for a Dream. He did really well in that. But now his, like, more up-to-date acting is just himself. Or a variation of the Joker.
Yes. It's still better than... Oh, there we go. That's a picture that Lumi will appreciate as well.
Oh, fucking come on!
It's still better than The Rock, who literally just plays The Rock in every single fucking movie and show he's in. But the final show that I actually enjoyed the most of 2024, I kind of don't want to admit to this one. This is going to be one of my guilty pleasures that I'm going to get some ribbing from chat from enjoying, I'm sure. But it actually has to be Has Been Hotel. I kind of hate this because it's such a fucking gay show, and it's in many ways such a progressive fucking show too. There are so many elements of this that I legitimately hate, but god damn it if it is not over fucking flowing with charm as well. Like, this is very clearly a pure passion project from what was her name? Like, you mentioned it earlier.
Vivy Pop.
Vivy Pop, thank you. It is so clear that this is just like everything she ever wanted to make with a Netflix budget, and I have to appreciate that.
It's like Vivy Pop lucked out in terms of what every single indie animator ever wants for their projects. But I like the premise of the pilot better from when it was on YouTube. They changed so much of how the characters act. She completely dumped her original VAs for music, for like, you know, people in Hollywood and Broadway.
Yes,
she literally dumped him. Like, oh yeah, I only did this just so I can get Broadway music talent and Hollywood in on this. So she fucking screwed them over. I liked most of their acting better than, you know, who they have now. You ignorant slut.
Yes, Lumlum, you ignorant slut. I'd love the timing on that thing.
Anyways, it's like they changed too much from the plot that I really don't like it anymore. Some things really don't quite make sense. The pacing is really bad.
Makes sense. Like,
but
the plot is
hush.
Meow,
Anyways, Arch, shut up. Anyways, it's like, I get it. They didn't know that they were going to be greenlit for a season 2, but they were trying to cover every single one of their characters in like, you know, the shortest amount of time. You couldn't really bond with any of them. It's like, plus she has too many fucking characters that she wants to give too much attention to. So it's like, they should have done, like, you know, the main hotel plot, focus on the angels later. But whatever.
Agree entirely. I do. The plot is terrible. The pacing is awful. The storylines make absolutely no sense. And it is a completely and utterly confused fucking mess with no internal universal consistency at all. It is awful. But again, I find it so fucking weirdly charming, and I heartily agree with the fact, like, okay, yes, she took on board a lot of people. They were part of the reason that launched her into fame to begin with the original trailer, and she dumped them like yesterday's fucking dinner. Didn't so much as invite them to the premiere, keep contact with them, anything. She just fucking shoved them straight out of the way, which is rather cruel, but the talent as well that she got, I mean, Keith fucking David is in this. Like, god damn, the voice acting is top notch. And again, I appreciate a good passion project, and that is exactly what this was, in my opinion. And in an era of just
you ignorant
cynical,
slut.
Cruel, abusive fucking cash grabs like the Rings of Power produced by a pair of chucklefuck morons whose greatest achievement in life was screwing Amazon out of $1 billion fucking dollars. Which, congratulations, by the way. I just can't help but have a twinge of appreciation for this show, even if I am similarly ashamed of it.
It's like she had to sanitize down a lot as well compared to the pilot, because you've at least seen the pilot on YouTube, right?
Yes, I've seen it.
Okay. She had to tone down a lot, and it's like, I love Brandon Rogers and his, like, you know, acting and shit, but he doesn't have to be a part of every single one of her projects.
Apparently, he does.
Yeah, but yeah, I like the premise of the pilot better than what we got in the show.
Chat is upset. And
yes,
honorable
you
mention.
knew they were going to be upset.
honorable mention for bad shows. Isekai Suicide Squad. My fucking Jesus, that stunk. Oh my god. I couldn't. I survived like 3 episodes and I just had to stop. Oh fucking hell. It was bad. And the voice acting was bad. The story was bad. The interpretation of the characters was bad. Even the overtly anime-esque style could not save it. Like, oh. When anime is bad, anime is just a different level of awful. Just actually physically painful to watch.
I completely forgot this show even existed.
Lucky you. It was not something I ever wish to re-experience.
I mean, at least she was drawn cute, question mark?
Yeah, but that could not save her awful voice acting. Alright, Lumlum, what was your favorite show of the year?
My favorite show of the year? Hold on. I need to look up the name. Give me a second. Because again, I don't watch too much because I'm usually busy working. Or... Let's see, was this released this year? I forget. Was this released this year? Think so. Yes, it was. It's an anime called I Was Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince. And it's great. I fucking love it. It's so cute.
What the fuck is this? Some kind of weird fucking shooter called an Otokonoko. Ah, damn it, Lumlum. Why?
He is so cute!
God.
Peak character design right fucking there.
This is peak. What the fuck is wrong with Lumlum?
It's a good fucking show. It's better than fucking Has Been Hotel.
What the fuck is wrong with Lumlum,
You
chat?
ignorant slut. He is adorable, and I love him.
Yes, Lumlum of my ear. She is an ignorant slut. You're right.
Isn't that an older one? Nope. The show came out in April of this year.
Chat says it sucks.
I love this show. It's cute. He's a pretentious little fuckwit that learns magic very well. And plus, character design, absolutely perfect.
I don't
Lloyd
know if I
is cute.
believe
He
anything
is, and I love
Lumlum says
him.
anymore.
And his maid is also fucking hot too.
Shame her, chat.
Heresy
Shame
is
her
the
now.
question. Fire is the
Hey,
answer.
better than Has Been fucking Hotel. Also, here you go. Hold on. Here, I'll send this to you. There's
watch
even
much anime this year, I think.
there's even one delicious brown girl.
Those are some remarkably low-rise panties right there. We need to get Lumlum committed, I'm afraid, chat. Oh well. You can visit her
Lumlum, that's
later.
illegal? No. I've seen his shorts. Lumlum is bad. Hush! The Shota shorts are fucking amazing. I love them.
Look at chat. They're upset by your choice. I understand them.
I have my tastes and you have yours, Arch. I don't judge you.
No, but I judge you. This need not be a two-lane street. Let's see. What else? Ah, yes.
Oh yeah, Delicious in Dungeon. Did that come out this year?
Yes, it did. That was pretty good.
Yes, that one was also very good. Also, Free Run. That one also came out this year, I think. Yes. That one is also very good.
Chat would like Freerin, I'm sure. From the
We
good...
judge you, Lumlum. Oh. You guys don't know good shit where you see it.
To the bad. The Joker 2. Did you watch it?
No.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
It was an
Wait,
insult
what?
on every level.
Oh, Arch, do you like redo of Healer?
Nah, not really.
No, not really. Someone said in chat that you did.
It's too edgy and too isekai. I've grown to dislike the isekai.
Yeah, isekai is kind of...
Somewhat
It's
overdone.
like there's a few isekai anime that does it fairly well, but I don't like the ones where it's like, oh, you're isekai'd into this world and you're suddenly like the most powerful being. I like the ones where it's more reincarnation than isekai.
Fire is the answer.
You have to learn as you go through life.
Yep.
Lumi is a Shotokan confirmed. I never hit it. I've been a Shotokan this whole time.
She's a disturbed creature, chat.
Jobless Reincarnation is great. Oh, I fucking love Jobless Reincarnation. I've been watching that recently with Moose Man.
Oh, that's actually an even better picture of Aryan AOC. Twitter interrupted me all of a sudden. The worst movie, though, again, it's gotta be Joker. Joker.
You ignorant
Joker,
slut.
Joker. It was an insult. It was a massacre. It was... The only thing that could possibly compete with this was the Napoleon movie, and that came out last year, so... Tragically...
You ignorant
I
slut.
can't even bring it up next to it. But the Joker movie was... It took what could have easily been another billion-dollar franchise and ruined it.
Heresy's the question.
I don't know what they were thinking.
Fire is the answer.
I don't think they were thinking. I think simply they gave all of the reins to Joaquin Phoenix and figured that, oh, he'll probably come up with something that sells, and that was a mistake.
You ignorant slut.
And they paid for it. And I hope they continue to pay for it for a very, very long time. Almost as bad as Dune Part 2, which was also awful and should be ashamed of itself.
I like the original Dune movies better, but the books are, the only way that you should be consuming any Dune content.
That is true. But the old movies are not terrible. The old movies are still actually better by quite a bit. The new Dune, the entirety of the first Dune was a setup that relied upon the payoff of Part 2. And Part 2 could not deliver. It could not deliver the payoff. It's long. It's boring. Paul Atreides never truly becomes Paul Atreides, and he gets bitched out by Chani, of all fucking people. Even the giant-ass battle scenes, which was far more true to the original, it's just hollow. Like, visually, it's nice, but there's nothing underneath. It is the scratch and sniff of movies, where the scratching part is the fun part, and the sniffing part is the not-so-fun part.
The scratch and sniff of movies.
Yes.
That is a... Very, very interesting way of describing it, but I won't judge you for it, but gee... Never thought of describing a movie like that.
It was a terrible mistake to make this movie. But not as terrible a mistake as Borderlands. Lumlum, you must watch Borderlands.
I haven't seen it.
You must watch Borderlands.
No, I refuse to.
You must watch Borderlands.
No. Why?
It's an experience, Lumlum.
Why would I want to see the almost elderly putting themselves through something like this and not looking enthused at all? Bad acting all around. Character assassination to the fucking teeth. No. 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 I will just replay Borderlands 2 and be happy.
That might even be worse. And also, it's 12 a.m. It's the new year, Lumlum. Look, we're in 2025 now.
You're in 2025. Let me know how the future goes when I catch up in about 7 hours.
Happy New Year, chat. We're finally here. It's 2025. It's the future, chat.
You ignorant Happy New Year's slut. To you guys who are on the other side of the ocean.
Borderlands is anti-fun in a remarkable way. It's just every joke falls flat. Every attempt at humor fails. Even Old Faithfuls like piss and shit and fart somehow fails this movie. It's the kind of thing that I don't even know how to put it. Like somebody came out with the intent to demonstrate that you can actually forcibly make things unfunny. Like somebody told him a good joke, and he wanted to demonstrate to them that he could make it not funny. And it's just that for like 2 hours. It's an achievement. It is an experience that we should all share in, honestly. I highly encourage all of chat to go find Borderlands and watch it immediately. Like twice.
Or how about
like
this?
I had to.
How about this, Arch? How about this is a way that you can actually connect with your community for once. Go to your server that you never check, host a movie night, and watch Borderlands with everybody.
That's pretty mean. Why would you say something like that?
Because you can descend from your throne every once in a while and watch stuff with your community. I'm sure people would be very happy, Arch. I host movie nights in my server and everyone loves it. It keeps them engaged. It keeps them coming back.
I don't know about that. See, they're saying no. On. Look at them. Never. See?
They're saying no to watch it on their own. If they were to watch it with their oh so lovely
service
Arch,
guarantees citizenship.
They'd be like, yeah, sure, we could shit talk the movie together in mute VC.
Chat does not desire this. Chat rejects the very notion of it.
Oh, if anything, I'll host it. You don't even have to have it up on your screen. You can sit in the voice call, silent, and make it look like you're engaging with your community.
Lumlum is surprisingly evil.
Surprisingly evil? I'm being reasonable, Arch. You can only stay up in your clouds for so long until people are like, eh, and then leave. You gotta show your humanity every once in a while, Arch.
I don't know about that. You wanna know why?
Why?
Because this is what humanity brings you, Lumlum. Movies like Atlas.
Oh my gosh.
This is what humanity brings you, Lumlum. This is a Jennifer Lopez trying to connect with the kids. This is her going, hey, I want to make a movie where I'm young and hip again. Okay, what shall it be about? I don't know, robots. And somehow, Lumlum, somehow they make an intergalactic fucking war with robots and cyborgs and shit. Boring. This is what connecting with normal human beings is like, Lumlum. It ruins everything. We need to have our social class separation, Lumlum. Otherwise, this is the result. Do you really want more Atlas in the world?
I mean, you're not the one making it.
Atlas is See, Atlas is another experience that chat should have. Because you might not think that it is possible to have the mechs from Avatar fighting cyborgs in the forest be a bad thing. And yet it is. And yet it absolutely is. It is boring, it is pretentious, it says absolutely nothing, and it is painfully predictable all at once. It's something. Speaking of saying nothing, Civil War.
Oh.
Technically, this was not a bad movie. Kind of.
It's like, I don't... If this movie was made by an American, I think it would have been better, because why would someone watch a movie called Civil War, based in America, not written by an American?
Maybe, yes, because the biggest problem with Civil War was that it didn't actually have any civil war inside of it. It's a story about journalists traveling across America, and the repeated question I have in my head is, what's happening in America? Who's fighting? Why are they fighting? What has happened in the fighting? And none of that is ever answered. You just have this group of journalistic chucklefucks, presumably on their way to do something important. It's not really clear if it actually is important or anything. And then they just, run into dumb stuff, like road trip scenario. It was a very weird movie. It should have focused in on the actual conflict. They could at least have made a fun little sort of what-if fantasy US Civil War scenario, Game it out a little bit. Do something interesting with it. Have a little bit of fun with it, instead of trying to have this strange journalists were the real heroes all along storyline. But at least this was someone that Lumlum actually watched. Maybe.
No, I haven't seen it.
God damn it, Lumlum.
I have very limited time, and I will put it into the things that I want to watch unless someone pays me.
We need to make Lumlum more aware of the bad side of entertainment.
Jesus.
Oh. Somebody made a 3D model of Hyena Kamala, just in case you were wondering.
Not again.
That's a mild aside. What was Lumlum's worst movie of the year, then?
Worst movie of the year?
Yes.
The Crow.
Ah, of course.
That fucking abortion of a movie? Yeah.
Regale me about how disappointed you were with The Crow.
Entirely. Fuck that movie. I wish I could lobotomize myself to fucking forget it. It is an absolute fucking bastardization of any version of The Crow, from the comic to the original movie. Fuck this movie. It should have stayed as the original with Brandon Lee. It's like, okay, fucking The Crow is Brandon Lee. There is no separating it from him. They should have just left it how it was. They've been trying to make a remake of this movie for years. They were even talking to fucking, who was it? Jason Momoa a few years ago to play this role? No! And it's like, they're trying to set it up for a second movie, which I fucking hope it never fucking gets made. Just, no. 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 No.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Ugh.
I don't know, Lumlum. It's a pretty good costume right there. Are you upset about this? It's even got a diversity hire. I don't understand what's wrong with Lumlum.
That chick can't act her way out of a fucking wet paper bag. The dude is dressed up like a dude I had a crush on in fucking middle school. So it's like, no. That is just a dude who went to Hot Topic, got some clothes, walked out, and said, huh, I feel edgy now. And just starts playing some shit fucking underground band. No.
But Lumlum, you said you liked The Crow.
The original Crow. I will even watch the other fucking Crow sequels that came out in fucking 2000. No. No. Fuck this movie. No. Shouldn't have been made.
See, this is why we need to force Lumlum to watch more bad stuff, because then we will have more energetic, angry Lumlum reactions. It is very important that we make her engage with more bad content. Like Dustborn. I enjoyed the fact that everybody made her play Dustborn. We shall make her do worse things in the next year. On the bright side, the list of best movies this year is very, very, very easy to get through. Because there was only one good movie this entire year. Deadpool and Wolverine. Nothing else matters. That's it. That's the entire list. Number 1, Deadpool and Wolverine. Number 2, Deadpool and Wolverine. Number 3, Deadpool and Wolverine. Number 4, Deadpool and Wolverine. And wouldn't you know it, number 5, Deadpool and Wolverine.
I still haven't seen it.
God
I need
damn
to
you,
watch it
Lumlum.
at some point, though.
God damn you, Lumlum.
I mean, I did just watch Sonic 3 the other day, and it was fairly good, except that they didn't have fucking Space Colony Arc. They decided to move from the space station to a mountain fucking research facility. And they didn't have Maria fucking shot. They just had to go,
slut.
like, you know, knocked out and kind of killed via explosion instead. But it's like, I honestly wish they would have went with the whole Shadow thing being an fucking, you know, losing his memory and shit. He couldn't remember anything. Kind of like what they did with the Shadow game, which I fucking loved. I don't care if people hate Shadow the Hedgehog, like, you know, the game that came out in 2005, but it's very good. One of the only games that I actually 100%ed for every single fucking game mode. But anyways, yes, they kind of botched it, but I'll fucking forgive it, I guess, because they kind of changed up a lot of things anyway. So yeah.
See, chat is disagreeing right now because chat is dumb. That is the problem with chat. Chat is stupid. That is one of chat's many problems. There are no other movies this year than Deadpool and Wolverine. None other movies were even released this year. They were all shit, chat. All shit. Now, I will give allowances for Sonic because I haven't watched it yet. Maybe it's good. In which case, that could be an exception. But every other movie this year was just terrible, chat. Just terrible. Just terrible. And Deadpool and Wolverine was not a very good movie either. It was a demonstration of why you should never allow Ryan Reynolds to write a script ever again. As, here's the thing, Ryan, even if you acknowledge the fact that your movie is far too long with a little wink at the camera going, I know, we're finally wrapping this shit up, stay seated, that just means that you've acknowledged that you've done a dumb. And instead of inserting that little joke, you should have gone backwards in the script and sliced out about an hour of your massively bloated fucking runtime. But the way that Deadpool and Wolverine sticks the important moments, the ending in particular, the putting on of the mask, the orchestrals that Ryan Reynolds loves so very, very, very much, and the warming of the relationship between Deadpool and Wolverine is pure fucking art. The only problem the movie has is that it's 2% those moments and 98% pointless waffle. That's the problem. That's the problem. Godzilla? The Godzilla movie was acceptable. But at the end of the day, it was just a remake of another Godzilla movie. We can't give it credit. It's just the 1994 one, but today, okay? So we have to kind of reject that one. Was it 1994? I can't remember now. Furiosa? No, Furiosa was not good either. See, chat has like nothing but bad ideas. Furiosa, like Chris Hemsworth was kind of good in Furiosa because he was clearly having a lot of fun with the role. At least he was obviously enjoying having his little dumb barbarian role in it, and that was sort of nice. But like, it's Mad Max without Mad Max. Why would I want to watch Mad Max without Mad
question.
Max?
Fire is the answer.
I do not desire this. It's dumb and gay.
And plus, if you want to watch Mad Max, just watch, Mad Max.
Yeah.
Even Fury Road, which, I enjoyed the spectacle of Fury Road more than the story itself.
Yeah, it's a nice spectacle. But again, if I just wanted a spectacle, I'll just, tape knives to the back of hamsters and watch them fight to death. And no, chat, Oppenheimer was last year, and even then, Oppenheimer wasn't that good. I did not actually enjoy Oppenheimer all that much. I thought it was really long, really pretentious, and really just like, oh, look, we were telling a special story about that scary nuclear bomb. I already know this story, though. And it did manage to hook me in any real way. I far more enjoyed the Barbie movie. Definitely the best movie of 2023, no doubt about it. Barbie was great.
The Barbie movie was funny. My kid had me watch it with her. She was like, look at this. I'm like, okay, this is actually entertaining.
Yes, Barbie was great. But no, Chad, the only good movie of 2024 was Deadpool and Wolverine. That was it. That's it. If you think differently, you're wrong. Simple.
I mean, it's like, I know I need to still watch that. I still need to watch the last Venom movie, which I heard it was kind of ignorant slut.
Kind of bad. There's also must be honorable mentions to Gladiator 2, which was also a terrible movie that did not need to be made and only served to reduce the original by being made. But compared to stuff like Joker, compared to Atlas, compared to all of the other turds of 2024, I don't know, part of me wants to declare Gladiator 2 the worst movie of the year. Part of me really wants to, because it is an abomination that, again, does nothing but ruin the good name of its predecessor. But at the same time, it's also such an eminently forgettable movie that it does no actual damage to anything that I kind of just want to ignore it and watch it sail down the river to die a lonely death in the middle of nowhere, forgotten, unloved, and uncherished.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one either, so I have no opinions. All I know is that it shouldn't have been made. It was just fine with the first Gladiator. Should have just left it at that.
Should have. Haven't watched Nosferatu yet either, chat, so I can't comment on that one.
Yeah, I want to go watch it though. I've been hearing some decently good things about it. My hopes aren't too high though, but I'm a sucker for anything that's just like, gothic monsters.
And finally, we get to the Lumlum part of best and worst video games. Where actually, I know she's played the worst video game of the year, which is Dustborn.
Yep. My Dustborn Supercut is my most popular video on my YouTube channel. I think it's sitting at like 13,000 views right now.
It is a sad video game.
It was painful to go through, but now they updated it to where you can skip the combat and the fucking cutscenes and shit.
The only thing it succeeds in is demonstrating why government sponsorship of
You
anything
ignorant
is
slut.
bad.
Yeah.
That is all it achieves. But it is also a wonderful stick with which to beat the entertainment industry, so that's nice. Although a stick of significantly less worse than the runner-up, Concord, which was a fantastic video game. It would be on my best video games of the year list just for the amount of damage it did to the AAA industry. But I suppose we shall sneak it in on the worst list. Because, you know, technically it wasn't as bad as Dustborn. Like, Dustborn was just insufferable. Concord was just mediocre and incredibly ugly. But all of that is kind of redeemed by, again, just... This was the game that broke the industry. It is a totem, a testament to everyone else that is going to make video games now, that are going to be hushed whispers
You ignorant
in
slut.
every boardroom, in every entertainment company. Not another Concord. Not another Concord.
Okay, but how much do you think Craig will be able to sell those physical editions for in the future?
Probably not too much. There's a lot of other people that picked it up too.
Yeah, but still, it's like eventually people will forget about it, they'll get thrown away, but knowing Craig, he will keep those nice and safely tucked away.
Probably. They'd be nice to nail on the wall.
Arch sounds eepy.
I need to regain the second wind time. It'll be about an
Service
hour.
guarantees citizenship.
And speaking of damage to the industry, we cannot forget Suicide Squad, of course. Probably an even larger blow overall, as Suicide Squad didn't just hammer home the point that woke nonsense is bad for video games, it hammered it home in comics as well. And that awful Margaret Robbie Harlequin, I do not understand why she is popular. I didn't think she did a particularly good job in the first Suicide Squad movie either, and yet for some reason she has become this generation's Harley Quinn. I dislike it strongly.
Yeah, I was given this game, haven't played it yet. I'm probably gonna wait till they package everything nice and neat so then I can just do like one mega stream playing it.
Wow, lazy Lumlum.
I am lazy. I have shit to do. I still have to finish up Kingdom Come Deliverance before the second game comes out.
Good luck with that. I think you've got about 200 hours left to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be playing it probably most of the day tomorrow and stuff.
But have you played the absolute gem that is Skull and Bones?
I was invited to the fucking closed alpha test or whatever. But then I was too lazy to connect my account, and then that just never happened.
Wow. But, Lumlum, you can play it now for free.
I don't want to.
Why don't
I
you
have
want
Sea
to?
of Thieves for that. I could just play Sea of Thieves. It is the objectively better pirate game. That isn't Sid Meier's Pirates.
Sid Meier's Pirates is, however, the objectively best pirate game.
Yes. But I like the funny pirate game that is Sea of Thieves.
Sid Meier's Pirates, chat, is a very old, very ugly video game from the Dark Ages. It is, however, also incredibly good. Basically, it's Mountain Blade before we knew what Mountain Blade was, with storylines, quests, a dating simulator element, and yes, NTR, as all good titles do. Sid Meier's Pirates was very, very good. And it would probably still be enjoyable today, even though your eyes might bleed a little bit by the graphics, which are rather brutal on the modern day eye.
I play like older games anyway. Graphics aren't like, you know, the major selling point to me. I prefer gameplay over graphics.
Ah. So you're a fan of Star Wars Outlaws then, I take it. Our fifth game.
Shut the fuck... No! I have seen a single stream of fucking Devin Dave playing this. I don't need any more.
Well, I mean, it's managed to get mostly positive ratings on Steam now. It's like 40% off as well.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Who knows? Maybe it'll recover, Lumlum.
That's nice. I don't care.
Maybe it'll go on to be a cult classic, like the Lumi Foot Grinder.
Oh my fucking god.
Probably not, though. Its sales have performed abysmally. It's only got like 1,000 reviews top after its Steam release. That is with a near like 40% discount. Outlaws is not doing well and will not do well. We've had kind of a trifecta here, where Dustborn demonstrated that woke politics doesn't sell, Concord demonstrated that woke aesthetics doesn't sell, and Star Wars Outlaws finishes the fight by demonstrating that even if you dress up nonsense in a popular IP, word of mouth alone will sink you. They are the queens of 2025. They're our most valuable players, our MVPs. What was Lumlum's worst game of the year?
I mean, the default answer would be Dustborn, because that was literally the most miserable experience I ever had with a video game.
Dustborn. It's pretty bad. It's difficult to disagree with Dustborn as the worst game of the year.
The only thing that I'm happy about with that game is that I finished it before you.
Well, you know, some of us don't have standards.
I was just getting it over with. You really wanted to milk it out with multiple streams.
Of course, that is the purpose of my profession.
Oh, just fucking hearing you talk and looking at the cat PNG, it's just, it fits too fucking well.
It does. It's excellent. Unfortunately, good games in 2025, 2024 is a little bit more difficult, really, to hammer down on, if I'm to be entirely honest.
I mean, they're hard for you to hammer down on when you only stream them twice and you never touch them again.
Kind of. Helldivers 2 probably has to be the best game of the year, I guess.
I mean, you're just bad at the game. You're just bad at the game. You couldn't really thoroughly enjoy it. You couldn't go any harder than hard mode.
It's just a really mediocre third-person shooter. What can I say?
It's like, okay, with games like this, it's just a game to have fun with. To have fun with a party of 4 friends and just shooting the shit. And shooting each other.
But Lumlum.
What?
Is that fun? Is Miles' violence against your friends fun? Are you that twisted?
Yes.
That sick?
Yes. It's fun.
But it's one of those games that I do not see the appeal of. Like, I enjoy my time with it. I can play it and have fun. You know, I'm just like, yeah, it's a video game. But man, the obsession that so many people have, pouring tens of thousands of hours into this thing, it confuses me deeply.
I mean, it's like, this isn't a game that I would play every day to just like grind out because I don't like grindy games. But again, it's just a fun game to hop on every once in a while with your friends. It's essentially, it's kind of like a party game, but it's not like, you know, party like Mario Party and shit. It's just something to have fun. Just pure fun. There's no thinking about anything besides, how do we kill this? There's no strategy. It's just shoot and kill things.
But then, Lumlum, is it actually the video game that is fun, or is it being around your friends that is fun?
Both. It's
Both.
A catalyst.
I think you managed to... Catalyst?
Yes.
Catalyst?
Catalyst.
Catalyst.
Catalyst. What?
Oh,
What?
you're hurting your own language. Cease.
What?
but it's just, man, it's just, God, I don't understand why Helldivers 2 became the thing it was. It was such a cultural moment, and even then, it will never become what it was either, because it managed to throw away so much of its goodwill. It could have been a decade-defining video game. Instead, it's going to probably be remembered as, like you said, just a fun video game.
Things can just be fun.
Yeah.
It's like what? It's like the games that I've been really enjoying this year is well, for one, Stalker 2, which has been a fucking blast to play. Wish you'd play more of it.
But why?
It's a fun game.
Question mark.
What? I'm sorry you're bad at video games, Arch. If you want to pay me, I'll play it for you, and you can just sell off the gameplay as your own. But then people would be like, huh, when did Arch suddenly get good at video games? This can't be his. You can pull a Sniper Wolf and just sell my gameplay off as yours.
I will bully you relentlessly in Barotrauma.
Oh, bitch pot.
Space Marine 2, I would say, in many ways, better experience than Helldivers. I quite enjoyed the campaign of Space Marine 2.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Don't know if I would put it above 1 in terms of action and play, and I grew tired of it too quicker than I expected, but it at least was a very good Space Marine game. It was not bad, as I had feared it to be, so it's... and I feel like that's kind of disappointing. I put this on my list not because it blew me away, but because like, okay, well, it did something. It achieved to not disappoint me. Is that all we can hope for from video games now, Lumlum? To not be disappointed?
I mean, have you played Space Marine 2 recently with the new stuff that they just added?
Define recently.
When they released their recent update, I think it's been a few weeks.
Probably not then.
You need to play games more than twice, Arch.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that at all.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
That strikes me as it gets good in Season 3 argument.
No, Arch. There's all these games coming out, and they have active updates. But, like, you look at it once on release, and you just never play it again, except for your strategy games where you just click, 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 fight these things. Oh no, these rats are attacking me.
Strategy games are good games. It is true. Black Myth Wukong. That's on the middle of my list because I did quite enjoy Black Myth Wukong. And at the same time, it also just kind of made me feel like I wish I was playing a Souls game instead, which is non-ideal. And it has feet in it. That's true.
Service guarantees citizenship.
It did have feet. Did you play Black Myth Wukong?
No.
Lumlum.
What?
How could you?
Because I didn't want to play it.
How could you? But it also is Chinese, which is a bigger problem, a larger concern.
Service guarantees citizenship.
You know, Manor Lords. Manor Lords would have been my number one game of the year if it had been more complete. Because Manor Lord is really enjoyable. Manor Lord is really fun. It's just that it doesn't have enough stuff. The things that is in Manor Lord is amazing, but then you get to the end of Manor Lord and you realize that there is no more manoring, there is no more lording, and then I get upset. We should have expected more from our single soul Slavic developer. You should have done better. All in his lonesomeness. When that game is properly finished, though, in another 15-odd years, I am sure it will be really great. I hope. And, actually, you know what? the question of Helldivers 2, a most impactful game of the year, does have a rival now, literally, in Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals, Lumlum. Now that is a video game that Lumlum should play, because Lumlum likes those kind of games, doesn't she?
I don't like Overwatch-style games.
But you play. Smite
Service
is
guaranteed
basically
citizenship.
that.
There's a difference between Smite and Overwatch-style games.
I don't know. Looks the same to me.
No. And also Smite's more fun because I am a mythology nerd. I don't really care about hero shooters.
But Lumlum, tomato.
That's nice. I like mythology. I don't like superheroes.
But
Easy
Thor
as
is
to like-
mythological.
There's a difference between Marvel Thor and mythology Thor. Marvel Thor is a bitch. Same with Marvel Loki. He's also a bitch.
Lumlum is just judgmental and bigoted.
I am.
Marvel Rivals was fairly fun when I played it. I don't think I'd find it fun anymore, because I'm sure by now it's 98% meta and try hard again, and people have figured out how the game works now, which will make me upset. But it is a very interestingly revolutionary game, because it signals largely the fact that 2025 is probably going to be the year of China, more so than anything else. They are going to look at Marvel Rivals, and they are going to think to themselves, wait, it can't be that easy, can it? Can we really just take an existing Western IP, prettify it, and get like 250,000 sales overnight? Can we actually just milk the shit out of this free-to-play platform if only we make chicks don't have dicks? Yes. It's actually that easy. It's actually that simple. And that will be terrible for us. But it will be good in the short term. It will unironically be good in the short term. Because we are actually going to get some good games out of China before they start abusing us, before they start stealing our jobs and demanding our subservience, and asking us to give up all of our money and our independence. And before we, need to log in to the games via Chinese Steam, which will require a facial scan and stuff, probably. And Path of Exile 2 is sort of an honorable mention, but apparently that game fell off quite a lot as it grew ever more grindy the further into the game you got. Bit of a bait and switch where the beginning is fun and the latter levels are more and more grindy or something. Suspicious. Maybe that'll be a game I finally try in 2025. And as chat says, yes, but they will not call us racist. Exactly. That, if nothing else, is a fine reason to embrace our new Chinese overlords.
If anything, they'll say we're not racist enough.
Yes. What was your favorite game of the year then, Lumlum?
I would say right now it would have to be Stalker 2, since it has me in a fucking chokehold right now. I am really liking Stalker 2. I can't say Kingdom Come Deliverance because that came out in 2018, but I'm sure I will probably love the hell out of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 when it comes out next year for my 2025 game.
Lumlum's favorite game is the one that's choking her. Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
I am a woman of simple tastes.
Indeed. I don't know. For me, Stalker 2 was not as engaging as 1. I think largely because they preloaded it too much on the monsters. It drops a bloodsucker on you right in the tutorial area, and a psychic dwarf. And for me, that took a lot of the magic out of the zone when bloodsuckers became simple, annoying encounters that sucked your resources more so than your blood. I felt like the open world part of it did not really advantage the game.
You ignorant slut. Oh, they did actually recently released a very large patch that fixed the bloodsucker's health because, oh fucking boy, those are tanky little shits. But they reduced the bloodsucker's health now, which like I didn't really find too bad to begin with, but now it saves me on some bullets. They have A Life 2.0 working a bit more, so there's a lot more stalkers out there and more variations of mutants. It's like I ran into a Psydog at the same time as I did with some flesh, and they were fighting each other and me. So that was fun. I was also in another area and I had 3 bloodsuckers trying to attack me at the same time, but then a pack of snorks came out and then they were fighting each other instead and ignoring me. So that was a lot of fun. It's like there's a lot more life to the world now, but they said that they're still working on some updates.
I honestly think I'd prefer more of a structured experience from Stalker. More of a linear story rather than the open world bit.
I like the open world bit. It's like I am a sucker for open world games because I like exploring. I like seeing what else is out there and stuff. It's like that's why like I like linear story games. But if I have the option of exploring the world more and finding small details to add to the story, that definitely gets me more engaged with it. It's like, again, not every game will be for everybody because otherwise, what's the point of playing different games? So it's like, I know you like strategy linear games and I like open world experiences. So it's like, it's not for everyone, but for those who like it, they really like it.
That is probably true, Lumlum, but it will not stop me from asserting the dominance of my position over yours as the better taste.
I think that's just you as a man talking.
No, I think I like to believe that my own self-assuredness and ability to assert myself over others is a unique trait. Also, honorable mentions of games of 2024. A game none of us, I think, will ever see. Elder Scrolls 6. It's been announced now for 7 years.
Well, we'll see it in about 13.
God damn it.
What?
I'm upset by how long this is taking. Because I like Elder Scrolls, and I'd like to have another one before I, develop dementia.
Yeah, you're gonna be like that granny that plays through Skyrim.
Even she retired recently. Ugh, yawn.
I know. It's like, but at least she was able to record some stuff for the Elder Scrolls 6. I liked watching her video. She was so cute.
God damn fucking Bethesda piece of shit. Oh, fucking bastards. Yeah, it's probably going to be a massive disappointment too. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
It's likely to be another Starfield. Another sucky disaster that we were asked to wait far too long for. But maybe, chat. Maybe it will be good. 15 years
also,
for Beyond Good and Evil 2. Oh.
I was seeing in chat people were saying, Archie don't want Stalker, then you just want Metro.
Kind of, yes. I do think I enjoy Metro more than Stalker. But Stalker 1, 2 was a very different experience than Stalker 2. Stalker 1 was more Metro-esque with the veneer of an open world. Like, it kind of tricked you into making you think it was an open world game without actually being an open world game. So you could get a little bit of the best of both.
Is Stalker 2 playable at all? I've been playing... it's like, when I've been playing Stalker 2, I have only run into a couple of very... not game-breaking bugs, but annoying ones. Like, I couldn't get into a building for a side quest at all. It was locked. And then, as soon as they fixed the bug for it, it's like, oh yeah, this place fell. I'm like, but Come on, really? So I'll have to try to save them in another playthrough. But it's like, for the most part, the game is playable. I just have everything at medium settings.
Another honorable mention as well is a game that was supposed to have a late 2024 release / at the very least announcement window. Arc 2. Does anyone remember this miserable heap of shit?
I remember Arc.
Arc 2 was announced, I think 4 or 5 years ago now. And nothing, literally nothing more has come out of it. The Steam page today is exactly the same as when it was announced. There is no more footage, no new screenshots, no new information, no nothing. It is as if this entire project was launched and then swiftly and ignominiously forgotten about by the developers, without anyone ever mentioning what the fuck actually happened.
Why did the dude on the previous page... Why does he look like Vin Diesel?
It's because it is Vin Diesel.
Oh. Huh. Okay. Never mind then.
I even think they, didn't they? Oh, yeah. They did that big update thingy to Arc 1 where they improved the graphics and Unreal Engine 5. I don't remember if I played it with the new graphics. I mean, I've had a lot of fun with Arc over my days, because Arc is one of those games that you can do a lot of exploring, and it's always hilarious to go on expeditions in an unknown world and get hopelessly lost and get all of your dinos killed as you run out of resources and you run into ever more hostile monsters and shit. And then you can go on other expeditions to find specific dinos and tame them and find higher level ones and build bases, you know? It is the epitome of the survival crafty game experience for me. It's my survival crafty game of choice.
I don't like Arc because whenever I spawn in, people just beat me with a rock and then I die.
Well, that's why you make your own servers, you silly little Lumlum.
But I don't know how to do that.
Why are you this way?
Because... That's all I have for you, just because I don't know.
What was the, yes, that was the other one as well. Conan Exiles was the name of that other game. That one, too, apparently got, like, a big reworky update thingy, not too long ago. That, too, can be quite fun, because it's got kind of the same thing,
Service
but
guarantees
the
citizenship.
weakness of all of these games is that the combat is atrociously bad. And so you can only really play it for so long before it becomes...
You ignorant slut.
Yes, ignorant slut. Thank you, Lumlum. Exactly that. But apparently its recent reviews, etc., have been really good.
What, are you thinking of trying to drag people into playing it?
Well, next year we will have our little community stuff. We'll have Barotrauma with you, me, Rima, and Mags with Barotrauma. Maybe we'll bring Dev, depends if he finishes his response videos, otherwise Dev is verboten. Dev has been barred from association until he finishes his goddamn stuff. Project Zomboid we were planning on as well, but that's probably going to need another 6 months to be stable, frankly, for the multiplayer branch. Yeah, picking up one of these online games to have fun with. Maybe Valheim would be a decent contender as well.
Oh, I had fun with Valheim when it first came out. It's been quite some time since I last played, but I would be down playing it.
Yeah, I haven't played it for ages either. Because that was one of those games that I looked at and thought, like, okay, this seems like a lot of fun. I don't actually want
Service guarantees
to
citizenship.
play it now. I kind of want to save myself to play it until it's way more further along, you know?
He needs to save himself till he's ready.
Lumlum. That was both mean, disparaging, demeaning, and unusually aggressive. I fear you are growing too comfortable in my presence.
It's okay, Arch. We'll be gentle.
I think I'm going to need to commission more bad artwork of you. Maybe Fat Lumlum this time.
This is fun. You ignorant slut.
Fractal Jack says, COD is a lot of fun now. You'd enjoy it as a group game. Maybe. See, the thing is, I kind of want to open it up to the community, but I know how a lot of you little munchkins are. You'd probably start getting weird and thinking you can start trolling people for shits and giggles, and then I'll have to hurt you.
I mean, you could probably make it into like a members only server where it's like you change the password every month for people whose memberships expire and they don't renew.
Yeah, what I was thinking of actually was to make it like I don't know, like a Patreon tier, like $20 Patreon tier. And it's like, okay, because if you're gonna drop $20 on this, surely you must be interested in playing. Maybe $100, yes.
And it's like, I'm sure you have your ways of making servers for free.
Service guarantees citizenship.
I know you obviously have the view hours. You could probably partner with G Portal and you can just have unlimited free servers when you're partnered with them. That's what I'm working towards right now with my channel, is to get enough watch hours on my shit and followers so then I could be partnered by them.
Lumlum.
What?
I guaranteeably have the metrics to meet their requirements. However,
yes.
I am also a fascist.
Okay.
Does Lumlum think they are okay with the fascists? Lumlum?
Honestly, I don't think they'd have any issues with you. Try emailing them. See if they say yes or no. And if they say yes, then I get to gloat. And if they say no, then you get to gloat, as usual.
I'm far too spicy for most normies.
Oh,
we here at the ArchCast are a unique select breed. We're better than most humans. But we might do that. Once we've done Baratrom and a little bit of stuff, and we can relax with some longer streams, opening it up to the community so people can play with us. I think that's a decent idea.
Yeah.
That way people can sneak into Lumlum's house and place feet all over the place.
No.
Paint her walls with little feet symbols. Paint the outside of the walls.
No.
Inside of the walls. Mount pictures of feet. Spray feet on the walls.
No.
Deliver dinosaurs to her door with, like, this one has 4 feet. Little centipede, this one has 1,000 feet.
I'm gonna stab you in your sleeping game.
There won't be any feet in there. Maybe it will be Valheim. Maybe it'll be something else. We'll see. It could be fun. There's that Dune game that's coming out. That's coming out, yes. What's the name of it? Ah, yes, Dune Awakening. I am definitely thinking of doing something for that, because we could have a lot of fun with that. Organize a few factions, have people compete with each other, you know, create a little bit of war on Arrakis. Yes, I think that could be very amusing. Planned release date 2025, no further information, huh?
I'm sure it'll get pushed to 2026 or 2027.
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. But that could be a good one. Anyways, I should start wrapping up the super chats so I can go get myself a bun and become even fatter.
Oh, yes, you have to put on weight for the winter so you don't get cold. Understandable.
God, where was I? I should start by marking the super chats with the little hearty thingy.
Yes, that's what I did on Saturday, and people are like, wow, Art should do that.
Sven Hallgren, Snootfish. Yes, why wasn't Snoot Game your best game of the year?
Because it didn't come out in 2024.
It might have. Lancelot652. Nico is the new character. She's a very obscure character from a comic series titled The Runaways. Never heard of it. As the Luxon Doppelganger, play Robocop Rogue City. Good game. I've got too many games to play already. Zero. Happy New Year, Lumi and Arch. Chat, I am going to bed. Good luck. Heatseeker. I can't get the image of Peter railing a web-tied brown MJ while they shoot slurs as they make brown Harry watch out of my head. That would be kind of funny, yes. Like a little bit of racialized NTR. Plus, MJ would be the one railing Peter, because she'd be like twice his size at that point, if it's a character from the trailer. Yes. Pecking him, perhaps. Dropping slurs. God. Sven Hallgren. The reason I don't think they will replace our jobs in diagnostics is that so far they haven't figured out how to blame an AI when it is wrong. Oh, don't worry. It'll happen. Random rambling researcher. Art, how much munmuns is it to get to you to say your voice dripping with the utmost content humbug? $5 apparently. Humbug. Humbug. I should adopt that as a good phrase. Maestro Mark, Arch is Gumball and Lumlum is Darwin. Yes. Darwin if you had an obsession with feet. N71H3 row. I'm sure that spells something. Have a great 2025, guys. My only goal is getting rid of the cold that I've had since mid-November. Any recommendations on how to kill it? Yes, kill yourself. It's the only way to be sure. Kidding, YouTube. Kidding. But it is the only way to be sure. If you absolutely want to get rid of a cold, well, that's the only way. Any other way is just a lie. Plus, if it's been that long, it's probably not cold. You probably just got COVID. You'll live with that now for the rest of your life. Alternatively, just try showering a lot. That's fun too. But Lumlum, you are a Latinx. You probably know some witchcraft for getting rid of colds.
To get rid of colds? Do you happen to have Vicks Vapor Rub?
What the fuck even is that?
Ugh. Uncultured. Anyways, if you can somehow get some Vicks Vapor Rub or some equivalent to it, this isn't gonna help with the whole narrative that you got going with me, but my grandma always told me to do this. You put some Vicks Vapor Rub on your chest and the bottom of your feet. You put your socks on, and that's supposed to help you with breathing better while you are sick. You can also drink some bone broth. That also helps. And also, if your throat is sore, honey, and my aunt also likes putting like chili powder in the honey too. That also helps.
Lumlum's advice for getting rid of a cold is take care of your feet. Hexy, every cruise dev is a gay cruise by default. There you go. No one hoping to interrupt with ignorant sluts. It's too long ghosted to know if you succeeded or not. Meanwhile, 1-to-1 Warhammer ship goal, too good for this world. And we did reach our 10 oranges as well, so I guess we will be going through the SpiderMan show. Kenny-san, Dave, 10 memberships. I did point that out when it happened. Good, Arch. Maleficus Shaikan, why are you a cat, Arch? Sing Under the Sea, Lumi. Yeah, sing Under the Sea, Lumi.
I'll save that for a video.
But, Lumi, under the sea.
No.
It's where you'll be.
That's nice.
Under the water. Under the ocean. That's where you'll be.
Let me do some vocal training again. God, I've been out of practice for years. I need to get my vocal cords back into practice.
That's true. You didn't even manage a good Mexican accent for the
Shut the
Snoop
fuck
game.
up, Arch. Keep reading, Arch.
Under the sea. That's where Lumlum will be. Marunga 2, it's already 11 hours into 2025 here. Take that. He's further into the future. Ah, Tori betrays you. Under the feet. That's where Lumlum wants to be. Licking the souls.
God damn it!
Hugging the feet. That's where Lumlum wants to be. John Smith, the reason it bothers Arch, Lumi, is because deep down Arch wants to be a, slut? Which is why we love Arch. Best slut. You're allowed no judgment. That's true.
Oh, you want to be a little slut.
Somehow when you say it, it's worse. I know, I could clip that for another voice notification.
You could.
Tori, draw a picture of Lumi pressing a foot fetish toy against her face.
What the? No.
Rubbing against it like, oh, yes, do that. Do it now.
No. You already have her working on too much. Give her a break.
Tori doesn't need breaks. She needs more work to get used to it.
No, I told her after she's done with your commission, she needs to take like a 2-week break.
Service guarantees citizenship.
The factory never stops.
She needs to rest her hands in her wrists.
And hello, Mags, and Happy New Year's to you too, sir. The factory does not stop. The factory simply continues. Grinding out art forevermore.
Yeah, and she's gonna have a 2-week vacation after she's done with your thumbnails.
North Koreans don't get that.
She gets a break, Art.
This is the problem with treating artists humanely. They get all kinds of weird thoughts in their heads.
What, like taking a break?
Yes.
You took a break last week, so she could take a break.
Yep, but I'm in
like,
the higher
a week
income
or...
bracket. And I'm
yes,
not an
I know
artist.
you're in a higher income bracket, you shit.
Uslis says, Hjött utav Gott nytt år. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, sir. Not all ferias for $20. Looney's Dev X Arch / fiction is quite disturbing, especially that thing Dev does with the uncooked bacon in bed. Lumi, does he wrap it around his you-know-what?
I don't know! Why
What would
do
be
you think of
Lumi's
these
fetish?
things?
Lumi's fetish would be Dev wrapping his you-know-what in bacon, and then inserting an industrial-grade heating element down the urethra.
No! Shut up!
And turning it on and listen to the sizzles.
No!
Till the bacon is just right whenever Ponchalice eats. The screaming will probably be a minor inconvenience, but...
No!
Oh well.
Shish!
Insane linguist, you assume that powers that be in Germany won't do anything in their power to ban one political party that actually addresses the people's grievances. Oh, they've already tried. Why does chat get so surprised every time when I say something like this? Why do they get upset? Lumlum, why have they not grown accustomed to this yet?
I don't know why they haven't grown accustomed to it yet. It should be expected every stream, at least 4 times.
Yes, Alfarius says, you wrote it, Lumlum. What's your problem?
I did not!
So on the ledge. Love purple feet fish, love smug yellow cat. Happy New Year, bigots. Next year, more devs high seas adventure with well-endowed gentlemen. Dev would be a very popular girl on a gay cruise. I think so. I think he would get a lot of new friends. Jonathan Smith, whose fire alarm? That is replaced the battery. Lumlum's.
No, it was
She
a
basically
soundboard.
doesn't hear it anymore. Nightmare. Lumlum dreams of Dev pegged with the girthiest of pegs, cockcade,
Yeah,
slathered
you
in maple
ignorant
syrup and
slut.
seed oil.
Ew.
Wow, seed oil. Why the seed oil?
I don't know.
Isn't the syrup enough? That would be why Dev would be so popular on the gay cruise. He'd just be lying there on the bed, slowly cooking in the sun, the smell of maple syrup
Ugh.
spreading across the boat.
Ew.
And seed oils. DinoFan219, are you a furry VTuber now, Arch, or a felonid form of the Emperor had a text-to-speech device? No, I just decided that the smug-looking cat was the best strategy for today. Naminam, would a fish be a furry or a scaly? The latter, obviously.
No, I'm just fish.
No one. Lumi needs to be a person to punish her liking the abomination that are hairless cats. True.
Hairless cats are so cute, though.
You're weird.
No?
Frisky Hunter, Arch, I hope FRP can change things here in Norway, but I doubt it if they have to go into a coalition with Høyre. The cow is too much of a danger. Yes, the sunny mountain can sink another government. Johnson Smith, Lumi, are you waiting for the handyman to come over? Get him to take off his socks and shoes, stand on a ladder to replace the battery to look at his feet?
What the hell is wrong with you people?
No, she just makes husband get up on the stair so she can lay underneath it staring up at his souls. Salivating.
No! Icky.
Maestro Mark, Lumi should be a Vaporeon. Ugh.
Yeah, Arch might like it too much. Let's not do Vaporeon.
My mental image now is of a Lumi Vaporeon, so a Vaporeon with Lumi's face, lying on its back, holding its feet up, going like, look, paws!
No!
Wiggling them, wiggling her little toes.
What the hell?
With just a look of wonder on her face, wonder and amazement, like, wow. Pause. Scarf the Strange, I am going to laugh my ass off if you name your new podcast Stamford Bridge. Probably not.
When is that podcast with Sargon supposed to start?
Probably the 9th, I'm thinking.
You ignorant slut.
That's when we'll kick it off. Sven Hallgren, but Arch, there can be no affluence without effluence. This too is true. But one can have affluence of things that one has been effluent in. JD Stickman, Lumlum, use the taco meat after you get his account information. Silly timing. Also, the first floor is above the ground floor. No, there is only the first floor. There is no such thing as the ground floor, you silly American scum.
No, there's the ground floor, or as some buildings call it, the lower level, and then there's the first floor, then the second floor, then the third floor, or there's even, the basement floor as well. What's that silence for, Arch?
I'm just judging how wrong you are yet again.
I am not wrong.
Definitely wrong.
No. It's like at one of the hospitals here, lower level is the ground floor because it has LL on it. And then there's the first floor, and then there's the second floor.
The first floor is the ground floor.
No.
Weirdo. But a hallucinator. Lumlum's laugh at 2x speed sounds like a squirrel. It would.
Some people said I should have been either a rat or a mouse VTuber instead of a fish because how I laugh and how I squeak when I get surprised by things. You ignorant slut.
Wrath. Simulation 115. I am 40 minutes behind, but this is for you to play Fire Emblem 8. You can bring Lumi along to voice the female characters. That sounds like a long game. That sounds like a $1,000 game, so probably not. Fire Emblem 8. Sounds like a console game too. Disgusting. Mr. Personality, where do we get the chandelier if we're not in the Discord? Chandler? Calendar. You cannot spell. Hopefully the artist I suggested wasn't too expensive. Follower of the Apocalypse playthrough. I don't think I can post a lot of the things on the calendar in the Discord. I'm going to post what I can on YouTube and Twitter, and what cannot be posted on YouTube will be posted on the Twitter instead, because Twitter has far more lax rules on, ginormous, massive death claws with pre-cum leaking out of their holes. So, yeah.
You should have you should make a channel on your Discord that has the calendar pictures as well. Just you call the channel. Slut. Just 2025 calendar. Just post one picture every month. Only have reactions enabled. People can't comment.
Make it.
I don't have mod powers to make anything in your server, Arch.
Message
your
Discord.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Thomas Wurzuk, superior. There are no women on the internet. Lumlum considers the word girl, guy in real life. Coincidence? I don't think so. The best 2025 to you. Thank you. And Nami-man for 15,000 isks, which is red, which means he skips the line. Funds for the Lumi Neon Commission. Get on it, Art. Lumi Neon Commission.
No, the Lumi Vaporeon art. They want Lumi Vaporeon.
Lumi Vaporeon.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
I guess
you brought this to life, and
all
people
right.
are funding.
Hello, Tori. Would you like to draw feet of Vaporeon? Tori, I know you're watching. You want to draw feet of Vaporeon, wiggling its toes, suggestively. Look of wonder upon its face. Does it probably whispers out like feet? Sven Hallgren, yeah, it's got GI robot in it. What? Brandon, it makes me think of the Manhattan Project. Should read it, Arch. It's about evil Oppenheimer and a bunch of mad scientists building doomsday devices. Oh. And look, Tori is open to the idea, Lumlum. She wants to draw Lumpa Vaporeon, wiggling its toes suggestively.
I mean, I like Tori's art. She draws very, very nice art, but also very cursed art. Like when she draws your face. It's absolutely horrifying.
Little feetsies and toes flapping. Terrible, terrible, Lumlum. How dare you?
You're the one that suggested it.
Maranga 2. Suggestion, Dungeon Meshi. Martial is Lum with Archer's food taste.
Oh, I love Marcel. She's great.
Waterkfy, they made Sauron a reverse Jack Sparrow. Oh, Sauron. Yes, kind of. An alien for $20. Yes, watch the new Marvel slop for us, Arch. We wish to watch you suffer. Also, Lumlum, you did a great stream last time. This 20 is for Manila Q Miller remark for the calendar, if that is still going on also. It has concluded. We are now sending out the commissions to everyone, so we'll start posting them in the new year. No one. Very sadly, 2024 did not come with Chapter 3+4 of The Coffin of Andy and Lele. Let's hope 2025 will. Perhaps. More Turkify. Arch likes a gilf hunter. Oh, don't know about that. Ryan Long, Masters of the Air just for episodes 3 and 5. Yes, it's very good. Marksman 117p, do you know the Bolo tank sci-fi setting? No, never heard of it, sadly. XE, Art isn't beating the furry degen allegations. There's nothing furry about a poor little kitty cat. It's just an adorable creature. It's not for sexual purposes, you fucking monsters. Malifkus Shaikan.
Now I can just imagine Lumi as a mermaid be like, oh, cat, and just dragging it under the water.
You're a monster. Malifkus Shaikan, Rip Adam, I hate how Charlie is proven right. Yep. It's a bit dumb. Dumb story. Mranga 2, need to remind you, how did Vaggy didn't know angelic weapons would hurt angels despite being hurt by them? I know. But I mean, the thing is, it's not even a revelation, really. It's like, okay, do weapons hurt angels? Yes. I mean, they hadn't even really told us previously that weapons didn't hurt angels. This was only something that they kind of invented in the last episode, because we've already seen bloodied and beaten angels in the show previously. Were we meant to assume that demon weapons just didn't damage them? Really? It's a dumb thing. Not to mention, the only source of angelic weaponry are the angels themselves, which kind of puts into question the entire thing, like, oh, hell is a danger to heaven. Yeah, but if the only weapons that can hurt heaven is in heaven, why not just stop, lock the borders? You're safe. Dumbasses. Mr. Coconut, 132, pedofish, Shota fish.
Shotas are adorable.
Kalariva. Seventh, Prince was balls to the walls insane and hilarious, but come on, Frieren took the best spot this year.
Frieren is very good. I need to finish it up.
Joseph Citadino for 20. Fun has been fact. Vizzy actually knows some very deep occult lore, as her characters of the Root of Evil, aka Evie, is actually a reference to a really hidden god that only secret societies like Freemasons fully know. That's cool. Samurai Knight, Arch preferred the anime interspecies reviewers. That one was really funny, yes. Brandon, redo of Healer genuinely made me uncomfortable watching. What is wrong with people?
Redo is not that bad. Oh, yeah. You babies.
It's pretty soft compared to Lumlum's foot fetishes.
I mean, don't forget, the majority of Redo of Healer's viewership were women.
Yep. Women are fucking twisted. Joseph Citadino, well, the Freemasons and people are very adept at reading the Bible. Those who can read the Bible especially well can also ID this entity. Robin Heinrich, hey Arch, what is your most anticipated game of 2025? A Broken Arrow, no doubt. I'm going to enjoy Broken Arrow quite a lot.
I don't know what Broken Arrow is.
Nor will you ever, my ignorant little Lumlum.
I am looking forward to...
The Feet Simulator? Does it have a new update coming? The Souls one?
Gonna stab you in your sleeping game. Anyways. Monster Hunter Wilds looks like it's gonna be a boatload of fun.
A boatload of feet. Wow.
Oh my God.
Lazy Viking. I love that the director of Joker was so angry that his movie became a hit amongst the wrong people, so he decided to burn the franchise on purpose. He did do that. Elsa Sorana. Hey Arch, I've paid off Lumi to do a smash or pass for Kinkimation's Pokemon Zoo. Can you send her the resources that you use when doing your stream? I want to see her rate the feet of each of the girls. If I had it, I've long since deleted it. Otherwise, I would. Vit Jikakum, first super chat. Thank you very much, sir. Happy New Year from the only time zone that matters. Hiccups. Happy New Year's. Maranga 2, Gladiator 2, Borderlands. Borderlands was terrible. Gladiator 2 was awful too. Sky for the Strange, did the sun ever even rise where you are, Northman? Yes, I'm far enough to the south to the point where we see the sun for about 4 hours a day, roundabout. Judo Cricket, big fan of SpiderMan. I was insulted by that hideous trailer, so naturally, I want you to watch it for me for another 20. Thank you very much, sir. Deeth6227 for 5. Arch, you didn't read the rest of my first super chat. Monster Prom. Monster Prom? Monsters?
Monster Prom is by the same people who did, wait, hold on, no, I think we talked about Monster Prom before. Coco, no, you can't go back there. Leave my computer alone. Go.
I'm looking for a tab. That's why there's the awkward silence.
Looking forward to 28 years later. Oh, I can't wait for 28 years later. It's gonna be fucking great.
Obdulio, hey Arch, have you seen the situation concerning the Miles Morales and Gwen voice actors? It would be very funny if movies were cancelled over it. I have not. Did one of them rape the other? Because that'd be funny. Obdulio, also Star Fox 64 has been reverse engineered and ported to PC, playing in higher resolution and no slowdowns for the first time. The game's art director commented he was very happy with the port, even though he knows Nintendo won't be based. Sandoom for $100. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Arch, for the hard work this year and kidnapping Lumlum from the fish tank to this podcast. I love all your lore you do and hope for more to come. There will be. There will be. But next year, Lumlum will be taking over half of the ArchCast appearances, so that'll give me more time to be lazy.
What?
Descend. Meanwhile, I have been in 2025 for 10 hours. He's well into the future. Noah Sprague Studios Arch, The Wild Robot is the best movie of 2024. I haven't even heard of it. Must be something pretentious and gay.
I've heard of The Wild Robot. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. I've just been too lazy to go watch it.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Brandon, didn't come out this year, but did you watch the Hellraiser remake? The movie was really good, especially the makeup and CGI. Sadly, I did not.
Nope.
Not a fan of horror movies, by and large. I don't like being scared. Don't enjoy it.
Oh, you're such a baby. You're such a baby.
Lum.
Oh, you're such a baby. I gotta get you to watch some good horror movies. Like, real horror movies, not just the fucking mainstream horror movies that don't do jack fucking shit. I don't care. I will call you a fucking baby because you don't like horror movies. You just a bad boy.
I know where you live.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I know the state.
The state, but not exactly where I am.
It can't
I made
be that
sure to
big.
hide that on the invoice I sent you.
That's right. I can probably reverse engineer that.
I hid it on the invoice. I made sure.
I can send... Oh, yes. I can send you one of those PVC feet slathered in Nugatti.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
With a little camera inside of it.
Ew.
Service guarantees
That way I can
citizenship.
record it when you try to lick it off.
What the fuck? No.
Spread it on the internet. Robert Davis, hey, are you forgetting the perfect game, Dragon Age Veilguard? I did. Honestly, it's bad, but it doesn't have as much of an oomph as the other truly bad ones. Dragon Age Veilguard is merely one disaster in a long line of apocalyptic disasters. Lael Dragnell, gott nytt år. Arch and Lumi.
Service guarantees
kämpeflott.
citizenship.
Thank you very much, sir. Insane linguists never give money to people who hate you. Correct. Why, Hayden, have either of you seen the show Dune Prophecy? My birthday is on January 1st. Will soon be official. I am
Service
all
guarantees
Jesus. I'm starting a
citizenship.
Necron army. I watched like the first episode, which was really bad and really boring, and I never watched another one. Gunfox61. Frostpunk 2 is a good game, way better than Helldivers 2. Oh, what's this? Arch getting bashed by Lumlum. Shots fired. Shots fired. Kibbs is a better gamer than... No. Also, Arch is Norwegian. Yeah, screw you. Look at that. I can rewrite your fucking Superchats too. Nam Miman for 7,500 isks, which I think is Icelandic money. For Lumi, what is your favorite Space Marine chapter, and why is it the Space Wolves?
The only ones that I've actually looked into is the Blood Angels. I really like the Blood Angels because fire, melee fighting, and blood and gore.
They're the pretty boys with the most well-manicured feet.
Ew. No, it's just like blood or Catholic imagery. More violence.
Brandon, how much for you to play Control? If you like SCP Foundation or Lovecraftian horror, Control is a great game. Also ties into Alan Wake. I don't even know what Control is.
I've heard of it. Been meaning to look into it.
Control. Game. I have no idea what that is. I don't even recognize it. Looks long and painful. Belial, Arcane was the best TV show. I definitely would not go that far. It doesn't even reach my top 5 list. I was not that happy with Arcane. Yeah, meh. Game 992, Space Marine 2, and Stalker 2, my favorite games of the year. Broken Arrow might have beaten them if it had released on time, but my most played of the year are War Thunder, Tarkov Armor, and Squad. I am a masochist. That you are, but at least War Thunder is pretty good. Marksman of 117B, Arch and Lumi should play Destroy All Humans. But Lumi would never destroy all humans, because that's where all the good feet are.
Man, I played the original Destroy All Humans when I was younger. That was a fun game.
Monarch Theracids in Osborne. Manilord came out in early access this year, and I've had more fun in that than any Total War. Most city builders, Cavalry Castle, and City Walls are on the way too. Yes, I'm looking forward to more of that. It was a very, very, very fun game. It wasn't enough of a game because you can pretty much finish Manilord in like 3 hours and have nothing else to do, and the trading system was derped. But it will be really fantastic when once he has time to add on some more stuff. Songs of Six probably comes out next year. That'll be really good. We are so forcing Lumlum to play some sort of Songs of Six. Benjamin for another 20. What is the cyberpunk genre to you? Was on stream recently where people were saying they bastardized the genre with the 2077 game. No one mentioned that it's supposed to criticize capitalism, by the way. It never was, quite frankly. Cyberpunk for me is simply just a corporate dystopia, basically. And if you want to take that as a criticism of capitalism, then I suppose it is, because it is capitalism taken to the extreme. But if anything, I'd say that a more reasonable interpretation of it would be a critique of, well, just unfeathered greed, really, when morality is no longer allowed to place reasonable restraints on, well, economic pursuit. But for me, Cyberpunk 2077 is a fine cyberpunk game. It's got a future setting, it's got a corporate dystopia, it's got action, cyber modifications, all that stuff. Yeah, I thought it was just fine. And pitching again, how neon is the genre supposed to be? Ghost in the Shell and RoboCop are barely that. Oh yeah, I don't think like it needs to be neon. It's more like an aesthetic style. Like it looks good, so I like it, but Ghost in the Shell was somewhat neon, I guess. Moment. Ben, remind Lumi to call me Ben. She didn't see your chats. Lumlum.
What?
Just call Ben Ben. He's upset that you don't call him Ben.
I'll call him Ben.
Don't hurt his little feelings.
Coco, stop trying to get
Service
behind my
guarantees
PC. Go.
citizenship.
Thunderbolt says, Happy New Year, Arch and Lumi. Suggestion for AOC in the next calendar. Have the Aryan AOC dominate the regular AOC. Here you go. Since you asked so prettily, we'll put up Aryan AOC again. There you go.
Jesus.
Benjamin. Feck u Ben, I am the real Ben. And Happy New Year's from the UK. Black 917, Hail ArchCast, our fluffy Lord and Saviour. Hi Lumi. Happy New Year. Happy New Year's to you too, Black. Sentinel Rex. Under the feet, under the soles with wiggling toes where Lumlum will be. The Patas sweat all day, under the socks they slave away. Darshi be hoping, Lumlum be coping under the feet.
No.
We can probably have an AI sing that for us.
Which reminds me, I need to record something for someone who actually does AI voice stuff.
Tatsu-sama for another 20, thank you very much. Frohes Noisia, Lumlum and Archfluff, thank you. And then we have funds for the Lumiporion with his toes. John Smith, change fire alarm battery, call Feety Man Lumi. Ah, the Feety Man. Doman, I wonder Lumlum would like Dota 2 as much as Gibbs. She probably would. You should fund her Dota playing and see. Sroka, 1444, construction complete and Happy New Year. Happy New Year, sir. Black 917, kitty noises from the cat now, Lumlum.
I can't force my cat to meow into the microphone.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Maleficus Shai Khan, under the sea, Lumi is property. This is true. Sanathi's Arch, did you get a girl/super chat bait so you can make fun of her lack of RTS modern military knowledge? And did you really have to get the one with the unholy trinity of yaoi, Shuta Guro fetish? Yes. She is a Fujoshi, and she should be condemned for it.
I've never hit it.
That is not a good thing, Lumlum. You should hide it in shame and disgust.
I have no shame.
That's true. You really don't. That is the problem.
Why?
We need to teach her shame, chat.
No.
Public shaming. Bring out the bells. Ding, ding. Shame. Ding, ding. It is the only way.
No.
Isabel Thompson. Need more lore from you since Adept is ridiculous. Got on my nerves. I need more frequent replacements. Got any other recommendations? Not really, because I barely watch YouTube, and I especially don't watch YouTube on the subjects that I cover, because I feel it colors my own views too much, so I try to isolate myself from it as much as possible. Brandon, horror movies, recommendations, The Cell. I watched The Cell, I think. Hellraiser, Virus, The Thing, 13 Ghosts, House of Haunted Hill, 90s remake, The Blob, In the Mouth of Madness, Event Horizon, and Lumi, Make It Happen.
I will get Arch to watch some good horror movies, don't worry.
Yes, he takes. How Lumlum feels about The Crow is how I feel about the Altered Carbon TV show. It was the most bastardized plot of fucked up things to do with the pulled apart amazing book series, and my anger does not burn hot enough. I wish I could rant about it to you. Listen, you can find Lumlum, corner her, and speak to her as much as you want. She'll be confused and scared.
Am I just an extension of you at this point?
Yes.
Ugh.
Kalarima. For the people of culture, I'd like to add honorable mention to the best games list, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. And for the next year, look at AI Limit. AI Limit. Game. AI Limit. Hack and slash waifu game of some sort. Fractal Jack, Happy New Year to you and Lumlum. Thank you very much, Fractal Jack. Maleficus Shycon, Pat Archcat, Pat Archcat, Pat Archcat, Pat Archcat. It is the Archcat. It does not enjoy being patted.
Oh, well.
Is there merely to stare at you.
Oh, well. I already have the little patty thing anyway.
It is not to be touched, merely to be watched and appreciated.
Too bad I pat anyway.
And with that, I think we've got them all. We do.
Did you get Streamlabs, Arch?
Yes. I'm not a Lumlum that doesn't access Streamlabs.
I don't have access to your Streamlabs, Arch. I would need your login.
Excuses.
Excuses? No, I would need your login.
Terrible Lumlum. Just accept your mistakes and your errors instead of making silly excuses.
Making silly excuses like I don't have access to them.
Exactly. Just hack it. God damn it. Lazy children these days.
No. One, that would be breaking
You
trust.
ignorant slut.
And two, no.
God damn it. Lumlum's being weird again. Oh, and James Coon, Happy New Year's, guys. My favorite cyberpunk is Shadowrun, I'm presuming. I like the fantasy meets technology, and if you play magic characters, you could lose your magic if you use cyber. I have played those games. They're pretty cool, yes. Pretty neat. Pretty neato cheeto, one might even say. But with that, we are finished with the last stream of the year, and the first stream of the year as well. Wow, a double feature. And now we will have to return to our regular scheduled broadcasting from Thursday onwards. Imagine that. Imagine that. It's now just the new year. It's not New Year's anymore, Lumlum. It's not Christmas. It's just boring old fucking January.
I mean,
Sigh.
it's still December 31st for me, so.
Sigh. Sigh, Lumlum, loudly and disappointedly.
Sigh.
There you go.
Ugh.
We will see you all again then in the new year for some of you, and here already into the next year for the rest of you, chat. We will be starting also the Art and Sargon streams this month in all due likelihood. Probably, I'm imagining next week, depending upon whether or not Sargaroony has boomered things. We shall see. We shall see.
Are you actually going to communicate time with him as well, unlike last stream?
No.
Okay.
I will expect him to intuit my intent.
Okay.
Until then, chat, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your super generous donations, as always, and we will see you all again very, very soon in 2025. The best year ever, maybe, or the worst. We have yet to see. Good night, chat.
Night, guys.